Periodically try. All right, you good, Allie?
All right, I'm ready.
Alrighty. So, where we last left off, Antunak reaped the rewards of the recent battle with Baba Lysaga. Alia locating and retrieving the gem that lay in the center of the once recently animated roots connected to the hut, as well as finding other treasures and items to help you along your way and give information to the current situation and history of Barovia. Weird. A decent amount of treasure and helpful items were located in the hut and used by the party, including a notebook of sorts that gave more history to the witch, as well as chronicling some recent strange activity amidst the Vistani and Strahd. Though it was not discussed the implications of this information that was gathered. Rest was had after the long evening, and upon waking, the party explored the ruins of village Perez more until they once again set their sights on their new goal, the Amber Temple. The secretive temple in biting cold weather of Mount Gacchus, rumored to be the place where Strahd found his power, based off of information from a former ally, Casimir. You plan to meet there. Before leaving, however, they received a letter from Arya, accompanied by warm weather clothing for both Esmeralda and Aubrey. Praised you on a job well done, acknowledging the journey you had ahead of you. Warning you of the dangers of facing power that may lay beyond, she ended the letter by telling you to meet her in Vallaki after you were finished. For her, Ismark and Rictavio have seemingly been enlisted in a plan by the Were Ravens, inspired by your actions, to gather together and rid Vallaki of the Baron and Watch. This information, how your actions have seemingly inspired others, you set off on your trip to the edges of the valley. Unaware of what you may find there or the implications your actions will have on the valley, you continue on your journey. And that is where we pick up. You stand around you, preparing to leave for the mountain. Esmeralda changing into her warm weather or her cold weather clothing for the trip. The dulled sun behind the thick clouds. The jingle of various equipment moving around you as you ready yourself by the ever-present stench of the bog and the humming of mosquitoes nearby. What would you guys like to do?
Cry.
Why?
We've been
Why
through
cry?
a lot. Just get that emotional release. I think it's necessary.
No, crying's a free action.
Thank you. I think you wanted to say something.
I was just letting you know that we were muted before you started talking.
If I unmuted
So you guys have quite a few days of travel, regardless of which way you take. A couple of different paths to the Amber Temple. Is there anything you guys would like to do to prepare, or how's you want to just go by, or anything you'd like to discuss before setting off?
Try to be.
I believe
lean towards.
we discussed.
Would you like me to post a picture of the map again?
No, we've got it up.
It's pinned in the chat. I believe we discussed going
A weird
following the river.
Yeah.
From Berez to.
It would cut off at least 4
Nunnery.
days travel for you, is what
Yeah.
I determined. Beyond that, it would take you around a week to travel on the road because you're winding around the long way and going out of the way.
I assume if we follow the river, we're more at risk.
It's also just a more difficult journey because you actually have to climb essentially at the same time.
Right.
Now I understand why you like that.
Like what? Oh. Climbing would be athletics, right?
Yeah, it's an athletics.
Where are we at?
I mean,
Some
I'm
of us may
happy-
also depend
I'm
on your
happy to
guys'
climb.
survival
Of course you are, you
skills
stupid
as well.
button.
If you can find a decent enough path or not, then there may be less checks than there would otherwise.
What letter are we at right now?
You guys are. I have to go find what ladder you guys are. I think
We
you
are
is Berez.
You, yeah.
You. Okay.
Between the two mountain peaks, essentially. Right along like the one main river.
And we're going where?
You guys are
More
heading
like-
towards T.
E.
You can't head straight to X because it's too sheer of a
Mm-hmm.
face. You have to follow the. You have to at least get to Selenka Pass to make it to the rest of the way.
Mm.
Do we vote?
I'm down with the river.
You what?
I mean, we
I
were
s-
talking about going along the river last time we played.
Yeah.
I said I'm down with the river.
So is it?
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm fine with it too.
Down with the
Really?
sickness.
Down with the sick.
Wow.
Aurora, are you happy for me to carry you down the river?
I would be very happy for you to carry me down the river.
Ken Doozy turns into a boat.
There's an actual like magic item that's like a pin that can turn into a swan boat.
Had
I had it in the game one time and I never got to use it, and I was so sad.
That's beautiful.
Damn wonders what item I never got to use. Made it to a damn dragon. Yep. So you guys gather your things. Begin to your journey, your 3-day journey to the Selenka Pass. I'm sorry, my brain was.
What kind of water creatures would I know?
Water creatures? I
Yeah.
mean, no fish, no snakes and stuff. Trying to think. You know, like some of like the basic ones. I'm sure you know an alligator and stuff like that. I'm trying to think of others. But with
Could I turn
water
into a
creatures?
bass?
bass?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah. Would you like to be at the river to do so?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in the river and turn into a bass.
But thank you.
And I'm gonna swim alongside the group.
Okay. Alright.
We're gonna get into a fight now, and you'll be stuck in the bass.
This is the fun part. Polymorph. What's your intelligence as a bass again?
Oh,
And it's swimming up or down the river.
It's up the river.
I
bass.
mean, you could be a dolphin.
So I'd say like any like basic like water creature you're aware of.
Did you know that the giant seahorse has a higher DC than the dolphin does?
I believe it. Giant seahorse kicks ass. Also forgot there was a giant seahorse. I'm gonna see if there was a fish. To get this
The only fish I
intelligence
can really see
modifier
is
was
sea lion.
Yeah. There's other fish. I'll find it one day. Say it's not that high of an intelligence modifier.
How about a
What?
quipper?
Oh yeah, that's. I know that there.
Oh yeah, quippers. Their intelligence is a 1.
Well, We'll put that as the rest of fish then.
Yeah, it's a tiny beast.
Yeah.
Has a higher armor class than I do. Okay.
Let's say some dexterity, man.
Hit points is 1d4 minus 1. If you actually rolled for hit points, it may have 0 hit points.
True. Maybe dead before it lives.
Yep.
Yeah.
3 minus 1. I have 2 hit points.
See, you can just punch
Gather
him
your
and
thing.
Vincenzo.
And you begin your travel. You travel for many days without incident. Now, who is leading this travel?
Of course.
I wouldn't be far behind him, though.
I think you know what I would be.
Can I lead it?
I'll lead. I'm carrying Aurora.
Right. So, this is kind of marching order, but also like for checks points. So Genduzi and Aurora up front. Who's behind them?
I'm at the back.
I'll be after them. So after Aurora and Genduzi, it's I almost said Ellie. I'm like, no. Aubrey.
Aubrey. Where's Vincenzo at?
And the water
In the
somewhere.
water.
Somewhere.
Oh yeah, Vincenzo's off in the other side. On through to the other side. So if you are leading this, I will need you to make a survival check for me to try to determine the bet. Or actually, I'm going to need you to make a couple survival checks. So
Okay.
make one for the first one.
Okay.
20
Total.
Do?
total.
All right. So you tend to navigate the road, and it gets after you get out of the bog, it gets a little bit easier. But when you're in the lower terrain of the valley, close to the river, it's still not the easiest grounds to walk on because it's not paved. It's not often traveled. You continue up, and you knowledgeable about traveling in some ways, or at least aware and capable of picking out what seems to be the best route to continue at a slow incline for a little bit right now. Vincenzo, I'm sorry, but after the first day, it's going to be more difficult for you to stay in fish form beside them.
It's okay. I just wanted
You're
to
going to get separate.
stretch my abilities. Yeah.
All right. So after the polymorph lasts for like 1 hour, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Hey, do you want to cast it for the whole day, or do you want to do it just for the 1 hour?
Nah, an hour's fine.
Alright.
I want to see like it was to be a fish.
It's very refreshing, actually. It's not cold. The water's still kind of cold, but you get used to it, and your thoughts are like, "This is nice. It's being fish," and you just keep swimming.
I immediately get smarter.
So you guys travel, and you are able to identify a path that is at a gradual incline rather than one that is steep. So after you continue, the path starts to become more difficult this time. Need you to make another survival check.
I was so close to a 1. 24.
24. Easily enough, you continue to navigate the grounds, avoiding any sheer cliff faces. There's a couple of times where you're walking by, and one or two of you, as you begin to still climb a little bit more altitude, where a foot is misplaced, and you hear as the rocks tumble down below, but you still continue. On the third day, I need you to make another survival
Wait.
check.
Oh wait, no, ignore me. I forgot that this isn't the one shot. I was gonna
9.
It would have been
9.
that. Oh, bless!
So-
That's what it was. Not guidance, sorry.
Time you can keep going, and eventually at some point you reach a part where you're not really sure how to navigate this part of this path. Seems to be very narrow. And you see as it kind of becomes a sheer cliff going down into the river, which has grown very small beneath you as you've grown in altitude. And
I can still clearly see it with my
yes, you
eyes.
can still clearly see it. It's just small still. So, you get to this part, and it looks like it's gonna be difficult to pass. It's I never think. Anybody wants to make a nature check.
Did you say
Determine the
everybody,
best
or-
way. Anybody, yeah. Anybody that wants to make a nature.
I mean, we may as well all try.
I don't know. Can we all try?
Anybody proficient in nature?
Am I proficient in nature?
I mean,
Oh,
You're
sorry.
the only.
I'm
You're the
half.
only one that has. Yeah, you're the only one that
that's
has
more
any.
than all of us.
I'll try.
Uh-oh.
6 total.
Having issues trying to determine what the angle would best be to try to pass without creating sort of like a landslide, because you know how rocks sometimes they get brittle around the top and they can kind of the sheets will start to fall off. I'm using hand motions and you can't doing that. Yeah, so it's that kind of brittleness around the side, and you're having a hard time determining what the best hand puts are. So I'm going to need is everybody to try to
Looks safe to me.
I'm gonna need athletics tracks.
Oh, no.
How you guys want to go about getting across this pass is up to you. It's around 10 foot of a very thin path you have to navigate.
So we're going around something on a very narrow
Kinda like-
path.
Yeah, kind of. It's, you know how explain it with my mind doing this now. It's kind of you guys were on a path that wasn't really an actual path. You just found a way that was at a decent gradual incline, and Genduzi was leading the party. However, with the low roll, the path that was being determined by Genduzi got slightly lost and off put. So where you got to near an hour or so of travel ended up being this area that looks walkable, but it's very thin in a way that it would require, well, maybe it wouldn't be athletics. It'd probably be dexterity.
I thought so.
Oh,
Oh.
You're trying,
Saving?
it's at that,
Maybe.
it's very,
Maybe acrobatics or.
who can use acrobatics if they would like to.
I mean, I prefer to use athletics.
I think so. Unless it was a saving
It is
throw,
a
then I
tough
don't know.
yeah. You
So
can
before-
attempt it's the
Before-
path was wider and then it got thinner, part of it came off in a landslide.
Before
and you have
anybody
to
does
navigate.
anything,
yeah.
might I suggest? This is Chris talking to
This is Chris.
other people. Might I suggest that some spellcasters look at the spells
Wow,
that they
Chris.
have,
The shade.
to-
He's looked all of your spells, by the
to
way. That's why he's
maybe-
saying this.
assist us in getting around this area, and then people,
The
people that
closest
are
I have.
stronger
Oh
at this thing give it an attempt.
I can make you big. I can make you small. I can make you fast. I can make you slow. That is it.
Small, being
You can
small would
also-
negate it if
Misty
you were
Step.
very
You can
tiny.
also Misty Step.
Misty Step is also in them.
I can only do that for
Oh,
myself, though.
Exactly. Yeah, that's fine. And
You avoid
Vincenzo can
that
also do
confusion.
Dimension Door and take another person.
Such a snake.
So we'd have
I'd
one
like to
person
climb off
left.
the back of Hindu.
There's a couple of different ways. You can use items that you guys have as well, which pretty sure almost everybody should have rope in their inventory, except those of you who lost rope during the last time with the coffin maker. Some of you guys lost your rope.
That was a weird thing.
I think we used Fam's rope.
Don't
We
remember
used-
whose rope you guys
I think we
used.
used someone else's because I ended up with like the 2
The
feet
5
that was
feet, yeah.
left.
Just know you guys used rope and it burned away.
Okay, so yeah, that was the other thing I was gonna say is
So if you are tiny, that would negate it because you're able to just kind of march on
So it's
along.
less.
so
Nicole.
It's literally up
So-
to you.
If I was to grab a rope, hand one end to one person, hold the other end, and Misty step away, what would happen to the rope?
What does it say? Does it says your stuff disappear with you?
Yeah. I thought she is. Gnomes are small.
Yeah, I feel like it should just travel with you.
It says briefly surrounded by silvery mist. You can teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. That's literally all it says. Like, its range / area is yourself, and that's it.
Mm, I don't know what would happen to the rope.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Yeah, but you know.
part of it probably would break off.
Okay.
I am gonna climb down off Ganduzi and far step
Or something.
past the obstruction.
It's a spell, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I am looking at. It's probably the same thing as
That
Misty
is a
Steps
high
to
level
Ice.
spell.
oh shit.
Oh, is that like fancy
There's
new spell?
Esmeralda as well.
Yeah, it's a
It
first
is,
level
yeah.
spell.
What's it from?
I don't know.
Which one is this from?
It's Xanathar's Guide.
Ah,
You teleport up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. On each of your turns before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action to do it again.
I thought it would
Let
help
me
me
just
running
go.
away in the future.
600 feet from a single spell.
this is the spell that Aurora chose, the one that helps Aurora get away fast.
It's an expensive spell, but it's an effective spell.
I always might need it in the future one day.
Yeah. It's Misty Step on crack.
It is. It's Misty Step on crack. That
Okay.
works. You use Far Step. You guys see as Aurora's forms blinks out of existence, and how far away do you go?
As far as the
It's safe.
trouble is, as far as it's safe,
Alright.
or as I can go into the.
You Far Step over to the other side, and you guys see as Aurora reappears around like 40 feet away from you guys. Safely on the other widening of the path again. It's
So you're saying the safe spot's about 40 feet away, okay?
yeah. It's like this is just that one stretch that like narrowed from some kind of like rock slide that happens.
Okay. So I'd have to get
Okay.
closer before I could Misty Step.
Well, I mean like as in like it's a 10-foot wide still thing. That's why I said earlier. So you're good with
Okay.
like the other end is closer.
Okay.
Still, it is still safe 40 feet away is how I interpreted the question. Yes,
Okay.
but you are fine with Misty Step 15 feet. You should be able to reach.
Okay. So now,
Yes.
if Vincenzo, Anelia, Dimension Door, Vincenzo,
Vincenzo Dimension Doors.
What?
Yalia.
what?
I can only dimension door things I'm able to carry.
I thought if you would,
I thought you could grab someone in
Same
Dimension Door.
size.
would go with someone the same size.
You can bring along object as long as their weight does not exceed what you can carry.
Oh,
I thought.
Oh, never mind. Yeah,
I
you're
was
right. You're right.
I
Right.
was
Right.
about to say. I was like,
You can also
Wow.
bring one willing creature of your size or smaller.
Yeah.
guys
So
I
if
was
you-
like
if-
about to say, wow, Dimension Door has a rule I did not realize.
So if you
So
dimension
you get
Yoda,
across.
you can make me into like polymorph me into a smaller creature, and I'll just walk across.
I mean, I
just
could
gonna-
just shrink you with reduce.
But we've got Esmeralda as well. So you reduce Esmeralda, and she can walk across, and then
Yeah.
everybody's across.
Narrowly avoiding my skill check that I had.
Why do skill checks when you could
I
spend
do
spell
travel
slots?
skills checks.
We're
Okay.
getting smarter.
Yes, as I'm by me.
This was all Chris. This wasn't Genduzi. He's not smart.
Genduzi's like, I'm gonna walk across.
No, I think I can jump it. No, I'm really kidding. I don't want.
I guess I'll dimension door.
Alright.
Dahlia, myself, and then I'll polymorph Ganduzi into a baby chicken.
Or a baby chicken.
How smart are they?
Just
They're
make sure that
emasculating.
I don't know how smart a baby chicken is.
You could make me
Turn them into, like, a
something-
crow. And just
Probably
like
what I'm.
flash a
That's
shiny
probably
thing at
the
him.
thing I'm gonna have to use. Use something. God dang it! Why don't they have just like the basic stuff? Like, why isn't bird one of the stat blocks you have in here? I'm gonna use an axe beak. So you have a 2 intelligence.
You might have to hold out some seed or something for me to.
Yeah, I'll break some bread
I
and leave a
talk to
breadcrumb
the
trail.
chicken. Yeah, chicken.
Ganduzi, you are first. Vincenzo and Yalia, you hold hands, jump across with Dimension Door, reappear, and Vincenzo, you unleash polymorph on Ganduzi, and Ganduzi, you feel a similar feeling of the spell taking hold as you do with the giant ape, except this time, small. You get much stupider. Point where you just get
Not much, but a little bit.
chicken. These are the thoughts of a chicken in my eyes, at least. I am chicken.
Chicken's only
Um,
thought is peck.
Yes, and I want you to make a perception check, Ganduzi. Let me look. I'll give you the perception modifier. Sorry. Not a high DC.
No. Depends what their wisdom.
Just want to make it funny.
That's
No,
not
no,
right.
you don't. It's not negative. It's just a
It's a good
straight
DC.
roll.
A straight roll.
Just a straight roll. There's no modifier. Guys wait a solid 10 minutes before Chicken Ganduzi finally notices the feed and begins to walk across. And it takes another 5 minutes because he goes over and he comes down and pecks at it, walks over, pecks at it, walks over, pecks at it.
You know,
Until
He just doesn't turn me
Safely.
back.
he's safely there.
Once he's across, I'm gonna
and-
pick him up and put him on my shoulder.
Alright. You are a little startled at first as you were raised on the shoulder of someone much bigger than you, but you remain. For
I'm happy.
self-preservation because there are many of them. So you freeze. And there's Esmeralda on the other side. She reduces to tiny form. She's just like, shit, okay. I'm going to walk. And then she walks on over much quicker than Ganduzi did.
How tall is she, say, using me
Hmm.
as kind of like a basis?
I don't remember how big they make you. I think there's
The
actually
target
like
size is halved in all dimensions. So if she's like 6 feet tall, she's now 3 feet tall.
So she's about the same size as.
yeah, she's pretty much the same size. I feel like. I think she might be slightly smaller because I don't think she's 6 feet. It's like she's like slightly smaller than you, but well enough to at least
Only gonna
navigate
like
it.
5'5".
So you used a level 5 spell, and you could have just walked across.
I wanted to show
I
off.
am going to still roll a dexterity check for Esmeralda, though she has advantage on it. She's fine. She has a decent dexterity. She made it with a 22. You guys all managed to get across. I assume most of you, except for at least Genduzi, for at least an hour, stays in their forms.
He's gonna forget about the hour and not suddenly like grow back and crush him.
You continue to climb the mountain as the day progresses. It gets, as you trek towards the summit of Mount Gacchus, the higher you get, the colder the air is on your skin, your nose and your ears biting. The thinner the air gets as well. As you gain altitude, you have to stop every now and then to catch your breath. The more you travel, closer the closer the looming peak comes towards you as you gain more and more height. And then eventually, near it, around I'd say what would be like sunset, is when you begin seeing in the distance as you round a bend of the keep using hand signs. As you round the bend, you see a bridge that seems to cross over the chasm that's created by the river that falls underneath. You guys have gotten so high up that underneath it looks, instead of a river, you see like a sea of fog and mist that goes across the top of it. Begin to climb up further along the elevation and eventually reach the peak of air, not the peak, but like reach at the top of your path and it levels out more like a proper road. You have reached the part of the Svalage road that goes across Salinka Pass. I'm assuming you put on your cold weather clothing, Aubrey.
Yes. Once I notice it starts getting colder, I say too comfortable and I'm gonna throw it on.
It's the cold weather clothing, you guys, those of you who have it, I'm assuming put it on because of the intended purpose of it being for this. And you did any checks from the environment by having this clothing.
Wait, what was that?
Avoid any checks from having the clothing, so long as you're wearing it. If any of you do not want to wear the clothing, that is on you, and let me know and I will have to make checks. However, there's no drawbacks for wearing the clothing.
Please don't give yourself exhaustion.
I have the rules.
I do want to wear them. However, I have a question. Again, Doozy has a question to the DM. Do I feel magical or of any kind? Because when I was given the clothing, I was told that they were potentially magical warm clothing.
Oh yeah. I want you to make disadvantage, Genduzi.
A what?
Arcana check.
Disadvantage, did you say?
Disadvantage.
16.
Ooh.
You gather that is most likely not magical, as it just behaves like normal clothing.
I was lied to.
If it rolled lower, I would have made him believe some bullshit.
I mean, I rolled a 17 and a 19, so it was pretty good.
So you reached the path that begins to lead to Salinka Path. The shelf of rock which the mountain road clings to is narrow. To your left, the icy cliffs rise sharply towards the dark rolling clouds. To your right, the ground falls away into a sea of fog. Ahead, through the wind and the snow, you see a high wall of black stone lined with spikes, and topped by statues of demonic vultures with horned heads. Set in the center of the wall is an iron portcullis, behind which burns a curtain of green flame. On the other side of the dark wall, gripping the mountain's edge, is a guard tower of white stone topped by gold statues of mighty warriors. You also see, as a thin-looking figure pushes off the wall, highlighted in the background and hard to see at first by the green lights. You do see, those of you who are familiar, see a familiar cowl and face revealing Casimir to you. It's good to see you all again in one piece.
Hello.
Seems you've picked up some new companions.
A few.
This is Esmeralda.
I'm gonna
Not quite ready. Oh, did he meet Aurora?
You met Aurora, yeah, and it was mainly just Aubrey and Esmeralda. Aurora came in when before you guys got to the hag. I'm pretty.
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Ah,
So what have you been up to, Casimir?
Well, seems that there's some kind of ruckus that's going to be happening over in Velaki soon. To which the Vistani there are having different orders. I don't know what it is yet, though, because I had to come. Just instructed my people to follow along with what they are told. It seems that something is going on. I don't know. Came out here after I got the raven that was sent for me. You all? I have to be honest, I didn't expect you to survive as long as you have here.
thanks.
I feel
We
hurt.
are hardy adventurers.
There's many survivors come through here. I hope you understand. It's a bit often to see people dead.
I
from
mean,
other planes.
we have lost a couple on the way, so
That's true.
Mm.
I have my condolences.
Let's take a
Uh,
Do a
moment.
not
slight
for-
bow as he leans down.
Take a moment for Black Kingsley and
Who?
the other one that died
Adrian.
of suffocation.
He accidentally had a blow on his face.
I don't think Casimir met Adrian.
Yeah, I still have no idea who Black Kingsley is, so I'm just like, yeah, whatever that was.
Someone I invited to a game that
He played like 3 sessions.
3
and then didn't
sessions.
turn up.
Yikes.
Adrian refers to somebody that was originally invited, but he was not type of player
Reliable.
that was very beneficial to the group, as in he was always late and didn't tell me anything.
Ugh,
Mm.
not
Yeah.
fun.
Or
And
he
then
just didn't show
Jared.
up and didn't tell me.
Mm.
But Harry doesn't count.
Different.
Harry had a legitimate excuse for not being here.
Eric's
Don't
not
know if
dead.
he's actually gonna come back. Eric's
What?
kind of dead.
Frank's working at the winery.
Yeah.
He's got a new life, guys. He's
Not
gonna
living his
become
life.
a winery person. now.
It's on
He's gonna make
yeah.
that wine money.
Something like a Ventist or something.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the word, but I couldn't think of it. Then there's Bellatrix. Who still
Yeah,
has
yeah,
that's her name.
Ravenloft, and that's where all the Raven's head stuff.
I was like, what was Becca's name?
Like
Ah,
Beltry.
Ah, Vintner.
Vintner. Eric's gonna go become a rich vintner.
So yeah.
We've killed a
We
few
gonna-
things.
You guys have gotten a lot of people up the party.
Thank you, Grace.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
Let's hope I'm not like them.
You're already doing better than most of them.
Awesome.
Already, you've attended more sessions and are very active and playing, trust me.
I mean, I always feel bad because I'm like, I could have done so much more during this. And then you're like, yeah, you're doing amazing. I'm like,
You're doing
I
great.
am?
You have literally no idea. Adrian is my level of I can't take care of that. Anything above him is better than that. Mainly was
Fair
because he
enough.
then at one point he forgot to turn us off of turn his microphone off, and he picked up a phone call, was answering and talking when
Oh,
we were
yeah.
on
I
the
don't think
phone
he-
and we had to mute him.
I don't think he forgot. He just didn't
Didn't
do
care.
it.
Yeah.
And then there's me who just has push to talk all the time so that no
It's
one
okay.
can hear anything going on.
It's okay. know what? You still contribute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Casimir stands before you, and behind him you see, as even though it's kind of muted behind this green curtain of flame that hangs over this gate, essentially, you do see as the bridge continues behind it. You can see as past it, across the chasm, there is an endpoint. The sky is getting darker.
Should we take a rest?
Should we camp here?
Probably. I'm down a few spell slots, but a short rest would be fine for me.
Well, what time is it?
It's getting like close to evening now.
Yeah, so we just set up camp and just
Because I feel like this
Catch
bridge
up with
is going
Casimir.
to be a stressful encounter.
God,
Oh,
the bridge is good.
I was wondering, what is Casimir?
Casimir is
Drow.
a
Just elf.
you see, you guys have actually never really seen his ears. You guys only know he's a dusk elf because you guys were told that he is a dusk elf, and you saw other dusk elves similar. He kind of resembles what you would assume a drow would look, but
Okay.
a slightly like lighter complexion. But he wears a cowl over his head, so you can't actually see his ears.
We have a picture.
I think
You guys
so.
don't have a. I never
No, we
got a
don't.
picture of him.
Oh, it was
No picture of Casimir.
Oh, I
It
was
was
thinking
the
someone else.
the brothers.
No, that's not.
yeah.
I was thinking of that guy, Loki betrayer in Critical Role too.
Loki betrayer. Loki betrayer.
Loki.
Oh.
What's his
Oh,
name?
you were talking about Hot Boy Essek?
Yeah, that's it.
Boy
I was like,
That's
Eric?
Boy.
Esamir? Is it?
Is it?
I still need to catch up with the last like dozen episodes, and I was stuck through like last month, but I just haven't found where I was.
Sorry.
So I'm
You're
kind of just
okay.
like, later.
Grace, you were really low. It's okay. I don't think I barely caught on the part. Yeah,
I
Hot Boy.
mean, with how many spoilers I get on Twitter, it doesn't really matter.
That's true as well. Yes.
And the thing is, I honestly forget a lot of stuff that people spoil for me by the time I'm actually watching it.
Need to catch up on.
Right, got
I
the
need to
first
rewatch it so I
run.
can be ready. He's found a picture.
Yeah,
Just
I
Google
separate up
Casimir.
the picture.
You just look for a person in a cowl.
It's apparently part of Curse of Strahd, so Casimir Velikov.
Velikov.
Yeah, Velikov, but yeah, picture of him back unless I missed.
That looks like it's from the book. But
Oh, he does have a picture in here.
Wow.
It's just to be fair, I still it's the same picture that Izek's in, and that's why the like white part that's like blur, like kind of cutting into his form a little bit. That's cut out by like by Izek's axe, and you can see part of his axe still in front of him.
Oh yeah.
My defense, there are 3 people in one image, and I am not responsible for not being able to recognize that because he just has a stat block. Yes. So you guys ready your stuff and you begin to go to bed. The nature of Leomund's tiny hut making the weather very temperate within the hut itself, rather than the cold that surrounds you. And you guys gonna do any watches? You gonna just go straight to sleep?
We have a stranger among us, Loki, so
Yeah, I'm gonna keep watch.
Casimir
First-
is going to
first
do a second watch.
I'll join him.
Alrighty.
I mean, I don't necessarily have to sleep per se, so I'll probably just keep an eye on him as I'm studying books or something.
Alrighty.
Oh, if you're going to do that, I won't take the same watch as him. I'll take the
Esmeralda's going to take third watch. So,
I'll do a watch with you. So I can help you
Oh, I
with
need
some
lucky.
educational things if you'd like.
No, because I want to keep watch this time.
Okay.
Actually, trying to keep watch this time.
Okay.
Last time was a
Alright.
ruse to try and learn.
Susie, I need you to roll a perception check for me.
13?
Oh yeah, plus 9.
Get to the stat blocks for both Casimir and Esmeralda. Oh yeah, this isn't a fucking monster manual because of the fact that they use that damn NPC stat block for him. I love when they're like, just use this one in the monster manual, and I'm like, bruh, put the fucking stats in the book.
I'd laugh if he just joined and he's like, Ferrick's back.
I thought you were at the winery.
No, the
I
cloak.
smell of the winery. Oh, Esmeralda's got shit fucking. Oh wait, no, her perception's open.
The only one that's not online.
Okay.
Could you?
So, you guys all settle in for sleep. Aubrey sitting and reading and studying. Genjuzi, your first watch goes by rather uneventful. You hear the water rushing beneath as you're still very close to the edge of the cliff, and you can see as like the green in a flame like roils over and just keeps to continuously emanates almost as though it's like a waterfall of flame from there. Beyond that, you do not see any movements. Turning over to Casimir's turn. Nothing occurs during his watch. You do not see as he moves in any particular way, Aubrey, or notice anything out of the ordinary. Just sort of sits there and looks around every once in a while and kind of contemplates things. Doesn't really string up conversation with you at all. And then after his time comes, Esmeralda comes, and she gathers the things and she looks out, occasionally looking over at you, Aubrey, and like striking up basic conversation of like weather and stuff like that.
Weather.
Weather.
Some nice weather we're having right now. I don't know where to dome.
Cold as shit out here. Don't like the cold. But at one point in the time, she does kind of like kneel down at you. She kind of like nudges your shoulder. Okay, don't wake everyone out because I don't think it's an issue, but I want to make sure if you see this thing over in the distance that I'm seeing.
Do you want
I
me to
need-
make perception?
Yeah, make a perception check.
I don't see anything.
Oh, my one character that's not like ridiculous at perception. That's a 17.
17. You see off in the distance, it's very small, so you can see what she means by it doesn't seem to be a threat at all. It's very small off in the horizon as you see a small shape swooping by the mountains, and it grows larger as it gets closer, and on one of the peaks closer to you, you see as it gets closer to the peak, you guys did not make any like camp lights or anything, so you guys have not made any outward alert that you're there. See a very large bird perch up at the mountain and make a nest. I don't know what it is.
Say it again.
Don't know what it is, but I just noticed it. I thought I'd point it out.
Yeah, thanks for that. I'm not sure what it is either, but keep an eye on it.
Well, here's my thing. It's that size and it's that far away. That's a big ass bird.
Yeah.
That's a really big ass bird.
Hellfires can tell.
Like carry cow big.
Carry.
Carry 2 cow big.
Yes, that's true. It's 2 talents. Anyway, I just wouldn't. Let's just not make any extreme noise. I'd rather not fight a big bird tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Then that ends with her watch, and the day begins to break, and you all begin to wake up. Esmeralda letting everyone in the party know there's a big ass bird that's sitting on a mountain over there.
Is it still like visible?
Make a perception check. Me again, Doozy.
24.
24. You can definitely see it, especially with your fancy schmancy stuff.
Am I able to make out any more details of it?
You can. This is actually it's a very large bird. Especially from your it's over time. The reason you didn't see it too much and you had to get it pointed out to you more, and Esmeralda kind of had to pinpoint where it was, is that when it was dark in the sky as it was traveling, because it obfuscated like some of the lights as it was going by from the bare light that comes through the sky. It's got white feathers and it's grayed, and so sometimes it kind of blends in with the mountain as it rests, and then occasionally you see it move. You see as it moves, sometimes as it moves and like rocks become disheveled and begin rolling down the mountain towards the river. You can make an intelligence check if you want to try to determine what it is.
I can try.
I'm gonna say at disadvantage because you do not have any experience with this creature.
Straight intelligence or
Straight intelligence.
do I still have the
Well, you can make it. You can make it a nature check because you're trying to determine if it's but it's still disadvantage because you've never encountered this.
6?
6. You can't tell that's a big ass bird.
Yeah, it's a big ass bird.
Right? It's like it could carry like
At least 3 cows.
look, okay. Aubrey said 2 cows. It was a little doubtful because at some point they have to stop carrying. No, I said 1 cow because it might want to hurt somebody. Who knows?
You're really trying not to laugh.
No, I'm just like kind of unimpressed, but I'm just like, I wonder how this is gonna end. We're gonna end up on 1,000,000 cows. Like a snowball fight with bulldog cows.
But yeah, does the path like go closer to it or
No, it goes away from it.
okay?
It's on the low. So here's the picture of the map. On the map for Selenka Pass, you guys are basically going between the gap that is between the 2 valley peaks, the valley between the 2 peaks of Mount Gacus. There's a lower peak that is closer to where like Esther Hill and the winery would be.
Okay.
Towards like the left side, and that's the peak that it's on. You guys are walking towards the right peak, and across the bridge, which is where the Amber Temple is.
Okay. So we're going away from it, so we should just keep quiet and leave it alone.
I feel like that nest is gonna have lots of nice loot in. I don't know why. I'm feeling like it's like a gigantic magpie kind of thing.
Gigantic
Imagine the
magpie.
size of the egg.
Yeah, I just feel like the loot that would be in there would be magnificent.
Or we could have like omelets from its eggs.
I'm okay, thanks.
Just can Doozy know what an omelet is.
Sorry,
I'll
what?
say he-
Or we can raise some giant bird pets of our own.
Oh my god.
Like Lord of the
Or
Rings.
maybe it's
Hobbit?
friendly and we could just ask it to be its friend and it can fly us places.
Hmm.
With your perception?
You want to make a perception check?
I mean, not perception. Persuasion?
Oh,
That's what I meant. Wow, it's okay.
no. We're
I'm
going to
gonna
head away
pass
from it.
this.
Oh,
I don't know what to attune to today.
are we going? I'm gonna be honest. I stopped at this green fire thing. I didn't think it was gonna do any. I didn't want to run through fire purposefully.
We long rest, right?
Yeah, I
You
don't.
guys-
Yeah, we just finished a long
Yeah.
rest.
I don't know how to turn it off. I kind of went in the towers a couple of times. Couldn't find any like buttons or anything to push, but
What are you talking about?
there's like a green here.
Green fire?
Green fire. Yeah, it was in my description, guys. There's a curtain of flame, green flame,
Oh,
down at the bottom of this that is on the portcullis, like on the gates. that you
for
guys
some
have to
reason I
pass.
thought you were talking to like your mom or someone about a video game. I'm like, what's going on?
Fire. There's a green curtain of fire that is
Okay.
veritably blocking your path.
I thought there's gonna be loads of traps
Hmm.
here.
I didn't want to climb over on it. You'd be here around this time, or at least I hope you wouldn't have gotten ahead of me.
Does
so-
it look like fire or like magic sort of fire?
Make an Arcana check. By the way, guys, I think I broke my Discord app. I'm gonna have to probably restart.
Yikes.
I keep trying to like double click it to open it, and it does not want.
Arcana 22.
Probably means nobody gets
This is
left.
definitely magical
Okay.
because it is green fire falling over like a curtain. It is continuous. It seems to be rolling over kind of like a ever-growing waterfall that just is falling over the portcullis and landing on the other side. Like the gate bars, you could still like grab. They aren't hitting the gate bars, but they are still making essentially a curtain over the gate that you can see beyond.
I'd like to attempt to use my control flames cantrip and reduce the green fire.
Okay, well,
See if I can extinguish it.
I was just gonna
let's
use
see
the
if control flames is gonna affect it.
If like Nicole puts loads of puzzles in front of them, and so we're just like, oh, we'll just control the flames. Or we'll
I
just
mean, like,
teleport
there's
back.
ways to fix it, but that was just a spell I forgot, and not the one that they mention in the book fixes it. Weather, that's control weather. That's continual flame. Where's control flame? Okay, can you click on the spell and tell me which book it's in? I think it's in Xanathar's, probably. Things in Xanathar's.
EE.
EE.
Elemental.
Page 152.
Elemental evil players.
Elemental
it's
evil
that.
players.
Fancy one that I don't have the book for, and
You choose a non, or you can. You
Oh, it's
choose
very
non-magical
non-magical.
flame. The
Doesn't-
third word is non-magical.
yeah,
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
I was looking
did-
for. Was seeing if it was magical.
I didn't read it properly.
Okay, well, I mean, here you can still. It's a cantrip.
Yeah.
So you try to fix it, and you kind of see is like maybe the ends kind of go like a little bit, and then it doesn't fix it. Did I put my phone? I just had it in my hand like 2 seconds ago. Here's my phone. It's a map. There we go.
Is there any water nearby?
Very far down below you guys. You're gonna approximate around like
Yikes.
hundreds of feet below you.
Yikes.
Is there
You can. Go ahead and cast it.
what?
What did you say?
Just trying to spell magic.
Do it.
Do you have to roll anything for just spell magic at all?
I think it is the one where you roll. Let me read it real quick. That's the wrong spell.
Spell of
one.
3rd level or lower on the target end. For each spell of 4th level or higher, the target must make an ability check using a spellcasting ability modifier. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, the spell ends. So you cast a spell magic, and it's you see as the curtain begins to dissipate over time and gradually lessens out, and you see it stop for a moment.
Run.
Run.
You
Yeah, but
run
seriously.
through. That was the spell they mentioned in the book that stops it. That one.
I should get rid of that spell slot. Level
Yikes. That's like your highest level
Yeah.
spell.
3. It is, yeah. And I only have
You
one left.
stopped. You didn't have to take any fire
Save it for Revivify.
I can't do that though. I don't have the stuff.
Oh yeah, you don't have a diamond.
You have
Oh,
a diamond.
you
You
do?
guys were given a diamond, specifically one that
Who
was.
has the diamond?
I gave you guys
It's
at
in
least
a
a
bag of
500 gold
holding.
diamond.
There is a
Wow.
diamond worth 500 gold.
It
I
was
do not remember
from
this.
Arya, because remember she had the necklace and she said she had this like one-off like enchantment on it, and then it broke after it was used, and that she gave you guys the diamond.
I would have prepared it if I knew that we had it. So can I say I've prepared it today?
Yeah, you guys are close enough to your rest. I'm okay with that.
Cool.
It's not like we're in danger at this very moment.
If you had like decided that after you guys had got into like a fight and somebody had died, then I'd be like, no, I'm sorry.
Isn't Revivify only a 300 gold point?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
kind of got lazy with the pricing points, and this was like, it's 500. There's one that's got 500 worth.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't going crazy.
100. I think Revivify is only 100 gold.
300.
Really?
Oh, it's
Oh.
free?
Yeah. Spell consumed.
Chromatic Orb is so expensive for such a crap spell, though.
Yeah.
It's 50 gold points per cast, and it's only 2d8 damage.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, I think I gave somebody Chromatic Orb. Just didn't realize that part. Oopsie. Oh well. Anyway. But yeah, you guys go past you get past the green curtain. After around a minute ends, you see as it continues to go back around.
I'll be right
You
back.
and
I'd
nature.
like to take this time to cast Mage Armor while we're passing.
Alrighty.
Mhm.
Mage armor has been cast. And we begin to walk across the bridge, which is old, and at times you see where it's been worn out. Where my books are. The snowy pass comes to a gorge spanned by a blah 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 blah. Snowy pass
Yeah.
comes to a gorge spanned by a stone bridge. At each end of the bridge is a 30-foot tall, 30-foot wide stone arch. Atop each one are statues of armored knights on horseback with charging towards one another. Wind bites and howls like wolves as it passes through the gorge. The low wall that encloses the stone bridge has fallen away in a couple of places, but the bridge appears intact. You see, for almost a brief moment, a black cloaked rider on a gold-colored horse guards the middle of the bridge. As you look up and you see as an image of Strahd comes across and you see him in front of you. There one moment, and then as the wind picks up, blows past.
Hmm.
Warning all you are going to towards. One of the statues atop of the eastern archway had crumbled, leaving only the hindquarters of the horse intact. Mountain pass continues on.
We're all dead.
Am I
Yeah, I'm
putting
sorry
away
I failed my
stuff?
job.
Continue to climb the mountain, and takes you, I'm gonna say, where's my, it's a little bit to actually travel to the Amber. I'm gonna say it takes you guys about at least about a day to get to the Amber Temple. Actually, the it's very cold. The cold, like, it's getting to like extreme cold levels. To where the only thing keeping you sane is the cold weather clothing that you have on, and you actually notice that Casimir weather clothing and is acting perfectly fine. You continue to go as and walk as the path continues to eventually come towards cliff face that looks a little different. It's away under a covering of snow, but it takes you far enough to see the facade of some kind of temple carved into the sheer mountainside ahead. The front of the structure is 50 feet high and has alcoves containing 20-foot-tall statues. Each statue is carved a single block of amber, depicts a faceless hooded figure. Its hands pressed together in a gesture of prayer. In the two innermost statues is a 20-foot-tall archway with a staircase leading down. Ganduzzi and Vincenzo, you guys also notice to the left. I can the map.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. This one's one of the ones where this
Oh,
is
yeah,
when
it's like
Nicole got
scanning.
lazy. This is when Nicole went and found the damn maps for these damn places and just decided to take it because they were too complicated for her to make on Roll20. You two also see over here there is a narrow fissure, a natural fissure has opened in the mountainside west of the temple's creating a gap 2 feet wide, 10 feet tall, 15 feet and 15 feet deep. You see light coming from a room beyond, and you hear human voices there as well. It's like,
Do we go and check it out?
Should we stealth
This is-
first before?
and this
Oh,
is
is
the
that-
door you guys see.
Door or light?
Me?
Door or light?
Well,
If we hear
before
voices,
we make any snap decision, I'm going to move 10 feet left
I think
so
we're
that
gonna
I'm
go
60
over here
feet
somewhere.
away. That thing that I can do, divine sense, please. Evil, good, neutral.
Remember,
I'm
we took
sorry,
that part
Nicole.
away with alignments, at least.
I'm sorry, Nicole. This kind of hurts my brain.
I'm
What,
sorry.
the squares and the squares.
I'm
There's
sorry.
squares inside of the squares. I'm
I've done
trying my
best.
hardest not to focus on the map at the moment. So if I forget to move my character, that's because my head hurts.
You let me know.
Okay.
I'm sorry. There might be more like this. I can go and try to make them better in the future. I just got very
I mean, as long as I don't have to move my character, I'm good.
I can do that for you. Just tell me where you want to move.
Okay.
I can do that. Divine sense. It's each cert. Blah blah blah. Can you read divine? I always read me the damn words. Divine sense.
Oh, before you do that, I'm gonna say, hey, there's a light coming from over there. And voices. Because only me and Vincenzo heard it and saw it. So I'm telling you now.
Oh, okay. Wait, where?
No metagaming.
Here.
Okay, yeah. I thought that was some knowledge you shared already. Sorry.
Hold on. I'm getting to because I need to learn. Alright, so and we occasion of any celestial fiend or undead within 50 feet of any being whose presence you sense, but not its identity. radius. You also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the Hallow spell. You do not sense within 60 feet any celestial fiend, fae, or undead. Or it's just you don't see celestial fiend or undead.
Okay. Who was that?
That was me. Me trying to remember how far away everything was.
So, do we want to go and investigate that?
Wait.
Hide this from that now. My ruler is hidden now.
Oh no.
Do we want to go and investigate that, or just go in?
I could go invisible and, but
Considering we don't know who anybody is, maybe it would be best if we pull a little bit, unless we have to.
Oh my gosh, what happened to her accent?
That was
Wait, is
Casimir.
that
This is
Casimir?
Casimir.
Oh,
I have 2 NPCs to control right now. So there's going to be different.
I was like, what happened to Esmeralda?
Esmeralda died. Casimir killed her.
With a pillow.
None of us noticed.
I don't particularly know where the thing is that I would need, and I realize I need to put Casimir. I need to put a fucking image for Casimir on here. It's good that you guys found images for me.
So, if Casimir suggests that we should avoid people, then let's go see these people. I'm joking.
I don't know. I think we should just get rid of them as soon as we can.
Oh.
So we should go and see them now.
Look, what's the situation with you all? Casimir, I'm sorry, but they are very loud people.
I'm sorry.
Probably going to find us after a while.
I mean, we can do either. We can either deal with them now or deal with them later. It depends. 1, if they're like on our side. 3, if they're gonna come and kill us. And 7,
We've been working on this. It's not 7. I know 7 is a nice number, but so is
4.
3.
I did 3.
Wait, he did? I thought you said 1 and 2.
That's
Casimir's
one
really
and
hurts
three.
my eye.
1, 3, 7.
I mean, at least you know the difference between odd and even
So are we
numbers.
putting this to a vote? Or does Vincenzo want to go and see what's going on?
I mean, I could do. Three people? You want to do that?
Not me.
Is that through casting it higher though? Because you might want to
Yeah.
save some spells.
Let me look at his spells real quick.
Could
Maybe we should
do.
see two.
I can cast
You could do two.
invisibility on myself, but personally, I would prefer if I didn't have to.
I believe I also have invisibility. So that's
Wow,
another 1 or 2 people.
All the spell people have
I mean, I don't
invisibility.
think we should be
Me.
wasting
This is
spells.
my fate. I am scared about using too many spells ahead of time.
Mm.
This is a big ass temple.
Like, if we're gonna go and
Possibly the place where Strahd made a pact with things, you said. So, I'm a
And he
little concerned.
frequents here very often as well.
Yeah, I'm a little
According
concerned.
to someone. I can't remember who told me that.
Well, it's invisibility is second, so either I go by myself or pass without a trace is level 2 as well. So
invisibility on myself as well. Mine is of greater invisibility.
Okay.
I cannot do it on anyone else.
Ooh, fancy.
I don't know.
Well, Yali is always going to prefer pass without a trace, only because
New pass without a trace.
+10, and it doesn't matter too much as long as I roll. Okay.
Let me see. I got how many people is that for?
You guys would only have like 7. You guys should have enough. It should be enough to cover. I think it's like 8 people.
I think it's
It's just it's
within 30
head
feet.
wall thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. So then you're good.
Right. Whoever wants to
I'm assuming
come
you
has
move
to pass
closer
without a
again,
trait.
Dizzy.
Whoever's gonna travel.
So you move closer to Vincenzo again.
He's right
Pass
next
without
to
a
him.
trace. Character's like over by the gap now. Within 30
My
feet. I
character
just am
oh.
flying. I'm flying. Yeah, you're still 30.
He's doing
30.
pass without a trace.
Yeah. Whoever wants to adventure over, it's +10 to still.
So whatever I roll +20.
I hate this. Oh my gosh.
That's 38 for me.
Wait,
D4
Oh,
for
I mean-
Esmeralda.
I'm technically in the 30 feet, so I'm going to use it
I mean,
anyway.
you could always
even
just
though I'm
move
not gonna move.
a little bit closer and guarantee.
Yeah,
that they-
it's not a big deal. I was just making a joke earlier.
Silly.
Mm,
Casimir gets a 22.
I mean, that's not bad.
Which area are we going?
18.
Right.
Oh, it was 28 for Genduzi,
38 for Ganduzi.
38 for Genduzi. Vincenzo,
33.
3. Yalia,
18. I rolled a 2.
Aurora, and Aubrey.
24.
I didn't know if I was coming with, so I didn't roll. Do you want me to roll
Oh.
Fair
still?
enough.
It's all up
It's
to you. Yeah, if you wanna.
I mean, is anyone else staying with me?
I'm saying
I'll be hanging back.
Yeah, if everyone's going over to here, Esmeralda will go with them, but Casimir will stay with you guys.
Okay.
I don't think it's a good idea.
So with me and Roaring Kaz, I'll stay.
Yeah.
And I'm in the middle.
You're just
Then you
gonna
got
step over
Esmeralda,
my-
who's just like, let's go kill some people.
I like you.
Bloodless.
Yeah.
Even
I
if you
hear
do have a fake
anything, I'm
leg.
moving though.
Alrighty. Make a perception check.
Who?
Aubrey, just so
Oh.
like, that baseline perception, so that
So sorry.
That's 18 plus
yeah,
3?
easy enough. Easy enough. So, guys, those of you over in this area, I'm assuming right now it's just Vincenzo, Genduzi, and Esmeralda, and Yali, you're gonna stay there.
Yeah.
So, you 3 begin to move towards. Oh, I'm hitting the button. You 3 begin to move
Oh.
towards the crack. Very, very
I didn't
quiet.
even move.
I moved. And you see inside multiple different figures.
Oh,
That's number 50.
that's a smorgasbord of enemies.
So many numbers. They're not in order either. The torches and sconces light this bare stone room. Six bedrolls made of stitched animal furs cover the floor. Cold air enters through a fissure in the southwest wall, which you guys are in currently. you see as there are various different six of which, or no, wait. Did I do my thing right? Which I can't read. 5 of which are berserkers. One is more heavily armored individual. Then there is a dire wolf that is among them as well.
Hmm.
You see them milling about. You see some of them having like discussion. With there is also a set of doors to the north. There's a set of doors to the east as well that are closed currently.
Does this dire wolf look familiar?
That's right, Vincenzo. Ask the important questions.
I won't even make you make a roll with it. You've seen dire wolves accompany Strahd before.
Yes,
You've
but
seen
does
the
this look
dire
like a
wolves that go-
certain dire wolf from a certain dire wolf cave?
That's a werewolf.
Oh, yeah, that's a werewolf.
Oh.
It does not look. It does not look like.
Looks so confused.
I was just like, yes.
It's not a wolf form of a werewolf. This is a dire wolf.
I don't remember
Dire
that.
wolves that a similar looking dire wolf that you've seen go about in odds. Seen them so many times, I won't make anybody roll anything for it. At this point, you're just like, oh look, there's a dire wolf that Strahd.
Does this guy look familiar at all?
And you can see as far as you can. No, he does not look familiar to you. He is heavily armored. You cannot see his face.
Does he look
Stature.
undead? Or can I not-
No, and you don't. You can. No, you don't know because you can't see beyond his armor very much.
Okay.
What are you gonna do? Esmeralda's kind of looking at you guys. Takes out her hand axe and like holds it next to her.
Like push her hand axe back down and then like
Oh.
I
See
think
a noticeable sadness across her face.
we should get the others.
I think this might be too much for the 3 of us.
I mean, you said we see this door as well, right? You said we see
You see that door.
these, yeah. So
Yeah,
we
you guys are sneaky enough to where I'll say like you're able to like kind of go past and you then go back and rotate.
yeah, so we know that there are potentially other ways in, so we could attack from both sides. Like with the guy in the temple, not temple, fortress. But we'd have to plan this better because we're not going to
You
be
don't
able
know
to
what
see.
you're talking about.
So yeah, I vote that we go back and tell the others
Same.
what's in there.
You guys walk the path and we discuss your findings. I don't think that we should do it. I think if there's a way to avoid fighting.
Insight check.
Roll an insight check.
Is Esmeralda speaking?
Oh, this is Casimir.
Esmeralda has an
This is what I get for picking a male voice that wasn't particularly outstanding.
13. Was a bad.
13. From what you can tell, he's telling the truth. You see, he's kind of just trying to figure out what he's trying to do mainly. Nothing really outstanding. He doesn't look like he's outwardly deceiving you or trying to get you to do anything. just kind of looks concerned about the area that after the description was given to everybody, and looks like he would rather. You think he believes his word?
So I understand why he would want to like avoid this and just get to where we're going. But if something does happen when we get to where we're going, then that means there are potentially
People.
more people attacking us.
Then also fighting.
Because we don't even know where we're going.
It's catch 22.
Do these stairs, right? Do they go?
Go down into the
So they go to
Yeah.
the same sort of level, like because
Yeah, they're same level.
Okay, to me on this looks like it goes deeper.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why they make the stairs in this campaign look like that, but they do. Trust
Okay,
me.
that's
That's
just
my issue with the Castle Ravenloft stairs. I am not a fan of stairs anymore.
Either way, I was going to suggest we just go into the temple anyway, so we can scout out like this area and make sure that, or see if there was another route in. So I think we should just go in through the stairs.
Roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion. Oh, 20.
Oh, yeah, you persuaded me.
Gonna be insight.
Well, yeah. I mean, like,
18.
you can
So
also-
yeah. Let's go.
So you walk up and you see as icy steps descend 10 feet to a time-ravaged hallway with arrow slits in its walls. Beyond the hall lies a vast sepulcher of darkness.
What was that? Sepulcher?
Big area. It's darkness.
Would it be smart to use some light?
Can I check for traps?
Oh.
That roll that I just damn it.
What?
Well, I only just looked up and I realized I was doing like traps wrong, kind of. At least I think I was slightly off in some of my rolling.
Oh.
So it's a perception check, I'm pretty sure, for checking traps. So roll perception check.
Oh, fuck. 11.
11.
Yeah.
Not appear to be trapped.
Okay.
I'm mad.
What was that?
Found it. It's quite dumb. So it's a perception to find the trap. And you compare the DC to check the trap with it. Just what needs to be done, and then it becomes a dexterity check to actually disarm it. So it's like perception, investigation, then dexterity. So investigation's to determine if you can like figure it out. I didn't know that was like that. I was very confused with it. And then there's a whole different rule for using intelligence for arcana checks for magic traps.
I'm gonna like just slowly. I'm assuming we still have the same stealth.
Yeah. It has not been.
I'm gonna
still have the same
slowly like creep in.
Far do you creep in just to the end of the hallway?
Yeah, as far as like where I can see on the map, and just to see more of the map.
How does
Basically.
dark vision go? 60 feet,
60 feet. Yeah.
Mm.
do you remember what mine is?
I think it's always 60 feet.
No, it isn't. Oh, this one
You
is
walk.
30 feet.
You see as the space begins to open out in front.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Four black columns support the vaulted ceiling of the temple, the northern end of which stands a 40-foot tall statue you can barely see on the edges of your dark vision. Cowled figure in dark flowing robes is the statue. Its stony hands outstretched as if in the midst of casting a spell.
Hmm.
Further out in between, as you look on, there are stairs that descend further into what you presume is further within the temple. Is supported with the black marble pillars, and then there is a hallway that extends out to the east and west. One of the doors you would probably deduce that with the length of how everything is, it would lead over to that area that
Okay.
people were at.
Do these doors look like they could be locked?
I was just about to ask how like
Those
what
doors.
that was.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Also, when you walked closer to the overlook, the overlook is 20 feet wide. Black marble. It's got a black marble balcony with battered railing overlooking the vast temple that goes beyond. The vaulted ceiling is 30 feet high above the balcony. The walls and ceilings are covered in an amber glaze, lending to the gloom and a golden sheen. A set of amber doors stands closed at the west end of the balcony, and a similar pair stands at the.
He said 30 at the balcony, so it'd be the ceiling would even be higher once you go down the stairs.
Yeah, it's much higher.
Okay.
50, right? He said it was 20 feet down from the balcony, so and 30 feet up. So I would assume it's 50-foot ceiling.
Okay. I got a 24 on my perception.
It's a 60-foot high ceiling.
Oh, okay.
Before, you do not see anything nearby that you could possibly barricade the doors with. It does not look like they are as you can assume with stone doors, they are just very thick slabs of amber doors.
Okay. Hmm.
Also, as you two step in there, you do see as there's also there's a door here that you notice along the hallway as well.
Did we notice anything on the outside? Is this just a wall?
Yeah, these. Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry. These are just these are the alcoves of the statues you saw before.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
And does my trap check still stay for this room, or would I need to make
No,
another?
different rooms usually take different checks.
So do I need to, if I wanted to check for traps again, I'd have
If you
to
wanted to
do
check for traps again, make.
Yeah. That's 25.
Does not appear to be trapped.
Okay. I'm gonna look back at the others and be like, "Are you coming?"
I thought you wanted to scout
What do you
it
think?
for the checking of
I mean,
issues.
I've checked for traps and
No,
we're in a
I meant
room.
because you said about
Right there.
going round.
Do you want to be, Ellie? Do you want to be closer to the front or closer to the back?
Probably closer to the front.
You next to cast.
I'll be in the back.
You in the back? Alright.
Hmm.
I want to step like
double you guys up, so it's easier for me to grab your for you guys to grab your character icons.
I want to
step
step
up.
to like the edge of the balcony and see if I can
Mhm.
see the statue any better.
You step further, and your dark sense extends further. And you see a statue. The statue's head is engulfed in a void of utter blackness. You cannot see through with darks. In addition, there is also a small balcony that is right there, and one that is slightly broken over. The balcony that exists here, there is a door here, and there's a door here. Then there's also two ajar doors that are here and here.
My perception check for the door, was there handles?
Sure, there's handles.
What kind of handles?
Amber handles.
Okay.
Doors are made of amber.
Are
As are
they
much of the walls and stairs.
are they like, like turn handles, or like something you could grab and pull?
Oh my god, I don't know. Here, guys, we're gonna leave it up to the 1 to 2 is the pull handles. 3 to 4 are turn handles. You know what? They're the pull handles.
Okay.
Should I tie some rope around it?
That, or we could maybe put a sword through them.
I mean, as long as that doesn't mean you're then losing a weapon. Because, like, I'm a pirate, I've sailed, I know how to tie good knots.
We could do that
Either
too.
way, they seem pretty strong. Might be still able to break it.
It'd slow them down at least.
Mm-hmm.
True, this is true.
We could do either way.
Yeah, dagger that causes doors to be locked. When you put them in. It's a thing. There's a dagger you can put
Alright,
in.
that's not an item I've made yet.
I know, but like, it's such a cool item.
How would I
I have my
to
old
do it?
quarterstaff,
Yeah, there's the old quarter
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
but I
if
don't know how
that's-
strong that would be.
I mean, either way, if they want to get through, they'll get through. That's just to slow them down
Mhm.
if we need to.
There were still multiple exits. Nice doing.
I'm gonna go and see. I'm gonna go and at this door and see if I can open it quietly to peek in.
Which door?
This one that's on this.
Okay. Yeah, you can make a sleight of hand check to see if you can open it. Really. Keep opening the wrong books.
I slam it open. 4.
Or open it it creaks when it opens.
As I hear
But
it
looking
creak, I
in,
peek
there is
to the
nothing.
other door.
It doesn't come out that much. It's more like it creaks when it opens, and you kind of also at the same time like a piece of debris that's in there, and it kind of rolls off the ground a little bit. But it doesn't seem to alert the other things there. You do see it is just seemingly an empty room. Shattered bits of wood cover the floor of this frigid 20-foot square room.
I don't know whether I should. That was divine sense because I don't trust.
There was nothing on the other side, was there? There wasn't another door.
Not on the hallway.
On
No.
this side. In that case, since I'm here, I'm gonna just go down the stairs.
And
Check for Oops.
I mean, I'm assuming
Oh.
I've checked for the entire room, have I?
The balcony.
Oh, in that
It's
case,
a
I'm gonna
pretty
go
big
and
area.
check for more traps.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow because I don't want to set something off.
Oh, I keep going to
20.
Sorry, I'm like trying to get to a page. The player's handbook hates my life. Alright. 20? Said it was 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to. This apparently does not seem to be trapped either. Yalia, Aubrey, are you moving anywhere at all?
I mean, I have some nice range, so I'm like trying to figure out this map because I have two sets of lines. I'm like,
Sorry.
it's okay. It's just gonna take me a second to figure out what's going on.
If I make the grid less, would that make it easier? Because then it doesn't matter as much if you guys clip through walls. I'll be fine with it. I can hide the grid more and make it easier for you. I can definitely do that.
I
Whatever
mean,
that is.
I can probably just turn off the grid myself and then be fine.
Rip Dylan.
I have fixed this before and I don't know where it is anymore.
I just have so many windows open. Give me a second.
Okay.
It's in the map settings.
The map thing. Oh,
Top drop down
See.
thing of
Well,
all your
it's
map.
more like right now I'm trying to decide where I want to be to see my range on all my spells. Because while I have a lot of range on Eldritch Blast, my healing is all melee other than one other thing.
Hey, quick question. I always forget. Is less opacity good or more opacity good?
So opacity is how well you can see something. So you want less opacity if you want it to be invisible.
Okay. So I'll make it really less.
Okay,
That's present. Hopefully it helps your eyes.
that's much better.
I can't see the grid as much. I don't know why, but I couldn't see it that much.
I mean, it was pretty hard to see unless there was a dark area like the stairs. The stairs just like really hurt my eyes.
Okay.
But it's all good now.
That's good. I was able to fix it.
I mean, I'd probably go down the stairs by Vincenzo. Just make sure I'm not letting them get too far away.
Alright. Oh. Guys, did anybody actually do anything with the door still, or is it still unblocked?
I thought I did the water stuff.
Oh, we put an Aurora staff in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put my stuff in it.
Gotta give him.
Quietly.
Yeah.
I mean, she was more stealthy than I was.
Sleight of sort of thing though.
That's the best sleight of
I mean, it's that one's less. You're not really like trying to like open the door stealthily. It's behind total cover. You don't really have to make a check for it. I don't think it's big.
Excellent.
Like, that's where it is. I found it. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm like remembering what I should have had prepared and I didn't have it like at my ready. Why is the G section so expansive? There it is. guys continue to walk, and you do not see any traps. You block the door over by where you presume the people are in already. And you continue down the steps, some of you looking and marveling. As you continue to descend, there seem to be more doors underneath as well. However, it would probably be at least Ganduzzi and Vincenzo, because Vincenzo has a feat. You both are the first to notice it as you see out of this black sphere, as on the head of this statue, a little light begins to emanate from it. And then it kind of grows brighter and brighter. And then you see, as a familiar spell that some of your party members has, slamming into the side of the Incivian railing, not causing any damage, but a fireball hits you guys in that area. The statue.
Not causing any damage.
I mean, not causing damage to the railing.
Oh.
You guys, I haven't determined yet. I have to go and decide. I have to go and remember what the range is. I was going to. I didn't think about it. I was going to go and download some transparent, like, area of effect thingies, but I forgot that. That way I could make it easier on myself and everyone involved to just get, like, common spells. Effects. So 20-foot radius sphere, so 40-foot diameter sphere.
So when this guy gets hit.
High total cover. I need Ganduzzi, Vincenzo, Aubrey, Aurora, and Yelia all to make me a dexterity saving throw, and then we need to roll initiative.
And you said that I noticed it, so I have advantage.
Lucky you.
Oh yeah, because danger sense.
I'd like to cast shield.
Alrighty.
You'll never guess what I just rolled.
Natural one.
Wait, shield I think only raises you
Oh
to
no,
AC. Yeah.
it does not.
That's a nat 20.
Oh, that's good. I was like, she's gonna die.
I'm like, dexterity. That's not my best stat. And then I look at it again. Oh, wait, dexterity is a +3. I'm not too bad with it. And so I roll. I'm like, oh, that's a nat 20. I don't have to worry about that.
Is it a straight roll?
Yeah.
But now I have to get
No, that's what I'm saying. Is that
decent
Ow.
on my initiative.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Oh, that hurts. So I got a nat 20 on my dex save, and then a dirty 20 on my initiative.
well, yeah,
Oh,
we need to
yeah,
roll
initiative.
This purple die is just not giving me bad
Alright.
rolls today.
Oh.
Because I think my lowest was like a 14.
Never roll good on initiative.
Anybody who rolled above a tells me why. Oh, because those are two different things. Anybody who got above a 17,
They got 17.
you succeed.
Yes.
Yeah, 17 or above. Sorry,
Awesome.
That's my natural
I-
roll.
brain work. I also didn't write some of the stuff down. I was like, I'll be fine.
If only I was closer to Aurora. Get her that +3.
Why? What did Aurora
I don't know.
roll?
Wait, did she succeed?
I
don't know.
rolled. Yeah, I succeeded.
Oh,
Oh,
Very
okay, that's
roll,
better.
very high roll.
what did Vincenzo roll?
18.
I have to write down my spells.
Oh, we all succeeded.
Yeah.
You guys all take half damage. You take only.
Initiative. Oh, +2.
You take only 10 fire damage. A fireball explodes.
I was kind of hoping it'd be radiant damage, but wow.
Right, I'm writing down spell slots so I can count these off instead of doing anything to my actual monster manual.
So, are we about to fight a statue, or did something appear? Like, did he appear from it?
Something appeared from the orb outside of the orb of the darkness. You did not
Okay.
see anything passing through the darkness because it is magical darkness. And I'm sorry, but none of you guys have true sight.
Unfortunately.
So, any attacks against this thing is at disadvantage unless it is an AoE. And it has three quarters cover. And spells that require sight, I'm sorry, will not work. Because of the nature of you have to see the creature. So if you cannot see the creature, you cannot technically target it.
I'm assuming it's pretty
Guided
high
bolt,
up as
guys.
well, right?
On my fairy
Is
fire.
it
Yeah,
quite high
it's
up?
like 40-foot high. It's a big ass statue. I have to remember what the stuff is.
It's fairy fight that helps with this, right?
Mhm.
Statue.
I don't know with the darkness.
This statue is.
Yeah, but you can still potentially.
It
No,
told me what
does the darkness cancel out
Sorry.
fairy?
I don't know.
Fairy
So
fire
the
can
temple ceiling is 60.
highlight things that are invisible. So I don't
Not
know.
magical darkness, however.
Yeah,
Uh,
right.
Magical darkness is unfortunately different than invisible. Invisible means that they have to be in there, but magical darkness means that you cannot see through it unless you have something to negate magical darkness.
I don't even know what that would be.
I mean, there's a
There's a
few
magical
warlock
effect.
things.
There's also still a magical effect, and as a result, certain spells can still negate magical effects, such as dispel magic and stuff like that.
I hope I don't have to use that. Cough, cough, Vincenzo, please. I don't. Have to
So
cough,
just so
cough.
everyone is aware, if you are
What's
on the
that?
floor of the temple, the ceiling is 60 foot high. The staircase is sorry, I'm trying to read. I'm multitasking. Doesn't tell me how tall this big ass oh, it's a 40-foot tall statue. I got it right. Yeah. So you guys haven't gotten very close to it to like determine anything, what's actually going on with the statue. You just currently know a big old fireball came towards all y'all. I'm still writing down spell slots because I again apologize. I did not prepare some things like I thought I was going to. I was like, oh, you're fine, Nicole. You have everything prepared.
This is okay.
It's okay. You don't need to add more stuff.
I'll be right back.
Bye.
If you guys want to, we can take like a short break before we start combat. Yeah, because I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom before this anyway. And write down stuff.
To get more tea.
Sounds good.
To win.
To clean my teapot before I make more tea because there was something under it and I have to fix it. Oh. This is. I should have wrote down hit points too. go get to the bathroom really quick.
Okay.
I mark off the spell slot.
No, because it's for new customers, isn't it?
Oh, I didn't know.
It usually is.
Hmm?
I said it usually is. I
don't
don't know
think it
what
is.
password Welcome back. Oh.
Thanks.
I'm gonna quickly step away for a second.
Okay.
It's falling off me.
What were you asking me to use, Grace?
Dispel
Dispel
magic.
magic.
Oh, okay.
'Cause if I use it, then I won't have any level 3 spells left.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
What, in the orb you're saying?
Yeah. The darkness.
Yeah. I don't understand why it doesn't work.
What's the door sign?
Well, no, this is the app. Because it says you can do it on the app.
Oh, this says you can do it on the app too.
I tried on the thing and it didn't work either.
Is the crunchiness of my chips too loud?
Can't even hear it.
Nope.
Okay, good. I found a bag of like actual Chex Mix. I love Chex Mix. I don't know why, but I like it.
Hope I didn't make you wait too long.
Okay. I only got back like 2 seconds ago.
Okay. Yeah, you guys left, and then Brett came back, and I'm like, wait, I should probably go to the bathroom. This is the only break we'll have for another hour, so.
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
What's the point of what?
What?
Spending.
That's massive.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway.
But I don't want that.
Yeah, I know, but that's the only. That's the middle ground.
Can I edit this planet? No.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah, Apple
Hey.
TV though.
I roll mine too.
Mhm.
I have so many mushrooms. So. Casimir is low initiative.
Oh.
Same, buddy, same.
Same.
Wait, what was his?
Just said low.
What am I?
Yours is higher, double mine.
Wow, I didn't realise.
Many hit points.
Wait.
I assume that's just the reversing moment.
I
Yeah.
have to have so many pages open.
So like,
I need to put bookmarks on all of these pages so that I can actually go between them. Jesus Christ. Samir's got 40 hit points, guys, just as a fair warning.
yes.
Who has 40?
40.
Success.
Or 0. He has 40. Casimir has 40 hit points.
But not
Ooh.
yes.
Yikes.
It's not that many hit points.
Hmm.
Less than me.
Yeah.
I'd be tempted to go for that, but
Yes,
it's
it's too
a
small.
much smaller screen.
Would
It's
have
like
been in that fireball, you would have lost half his health already.
Yep.
like that.
Yeah, much smaller.
That's tiny. I don't think I can do that ever again. It's like the 5S. Not a 5S. 5.
Oh, then look at his stuff. His initiative is 5.
See, I think you just get it with your
Esmeralda's initiative.
I think it's
is-
What?
Disney Plus.
That's Apple TV.
Oh. Sorry, Disney Plus.
See, they're saying £40, but that's 1 gig in it. It's from £40.
Mm. It's a long contract.
£40 for 1 gig of what?
Data.
Hmm.
But it's with the new phone as well. It's the
it's a
iPhone
new
11.
phone.
Hmm. I mean, that's not a lot of data for £40.
Alright. Initiative. 25 to 20.
20.
23.
Oh,
Oh.
Esmeralda.
Whoa!
Recovery. My fingers pinch between holding these books stuff over. 2015.
No, that's not you.
15 to 10.
12.
12.
14.
So, Alia. And 5.
Oh, yes. 6.
Samir's at the end.
That's quite low.
What?
15.
Alrighty. Start of initiative, Vincenzo. What'd you like to do?
I'm going to. Let me just look. Okay. Oh, 120 feet. Okay. I'm gonna go here. And I'm gonna cast Try and see what happens, but I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on her right now.
Okay, I need you to roll.
You need me to roll. Is that what you
I
said?
need you to roll a. That's all.
It's the caster of the spell they're trying to dispel that needs to roll.
Yes.
Here's
Oh.
spell.
I don't think
Choose
so. No, it's
one
like
creature
for dispel
object.
magic
It's 10
is
plus
that they
11
have
for
the person
spell.
casting the has to roll.
Oh.
It's Make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
So it's a d20 plus my spell cast modifier?
Casting ability. Yeah, so it would be d20
Plus
plus
3.
your charisma.
Okay.
And then on a success, if you meet or succeed, then the effect ends, is what it Dispel Magic is. And then if it's below third level, it just ends, but it's not below third level.
So it needs to be at least a 14.
It's not 14.
What is it?
An 8.
It does not seem to affect the darkness that is surrounding the head. It continues to roil around it.
Oh, such a bad roll.
Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, it's my turn.
The end of your turn is Esmeralda's turn. Is going to by the way, Vincenzo and Gendouzi, as you walk around, you do notice that there are arrow slits in the walls on both sides of these. It's a going cool. I hope you guys could. I should just take a picture of the mess of my books right now. Works. She can see it, so she can't cast magic style on it. Going to first. The head of the statue. In effect, dexterity saving throws. I don't think. I can't remember. Oh, +5 bonus dexterity saving throw. So 5 is 15. Esmeralda passing. 9 apparently. Succeeds on her spell save. Takes off. Takes 13 points of lightning damage. You see as the lightning like streaks across the floor and it impacts something. What it hits, you do not know because the magical darkness remains.
Okay.
And that ends Esmeralda's turn. Aubrey, it is your turn. Aurora, you're on deck.
So the only thing that seems to have hit it is the lightning bolt, right?
Yeah, so far that's the only thing because she couldn't cast magic missile because she couldn't see it. It has to be
Alright.
a creature you can see within range.
Give me 1 second.
AoEs are still technically effective. However, cover apparently gives plus Deep Coaters cover 5 to dexterity saving throws as well as AC.
My question is, who has more attacks? Not Vincenzo, Ganduzzi or Esmeralda?
What do you mean by
Attacks?
attacks per action?
Yes.
Actually,
I have 2.
Esmeralda has 3
Okay.
for multi attack. However, that's her multi attack that she has with her melee weapons.
Yes, and she's also a caster, so she doesn't always melee attack.
And it is a 40-foot high statue.
Yes. I guess that won't work.
If there's anything, and there's not, you guys haven't gone towards the statue to see if there's anything about it that could stop whatever's going on. So right now, all you know is that there's that is being affected by something.
There's not too much I can really do at the moment.
They always seem to have had an effect.
Yeah, the only thing I can really do is fireball. I'm like trying to quickly look through all my cantrips and whatnot to see if there's anything I could use with fireball. I don't really think there is. I think I'm just gonna make sure I got a decent berth around it that I won't hit anyone. So we just throw in like the top left corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fireball.
Yeah, roll me a dex save unless it's an immobile statue, which then I'll just roll. Oh shoot, I don't have my dice out other than my d20s. Give me a sec.
Succeeded anyway. It got a 23.
Yeesh.
I rolled pretty high though, too, to be honest.
I'm struggling to find all my d6s. Give me a second.
Yeah. At any point you guys can hear my crunching, please tell me.
Honestly, haven't heard it.
Like I can stick you. I can hear you sticking your hand in the bag, but that's about it.
That's my one thing that I fear. Like people hearing me eat because I think it's gross.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really care.
I don't know, there's something about there's those
I mean,
things that like makes me squeamish, so I don't want other
Yeah.
people to hear it.
Yeah, I get that. Time for some math.
Except for
that's
teeth, dealing with teeth.
10, 20, 34. So cut 34 in half.
Alright,
17.
decent damage.
34 in half is 17, yes.
Okay.
I believe that's all I can really do, and I don't want to move too much closer.
Alright.
So that's my turn.
Right, and I'm also gonna. So there are 2 levels to this map, because of the fact that it is a this temple is like you guys going down the stairs. It is a temple that you can see in. It's not like it's a obstructed area. So I'll show you guys the lower level right now, since you are on the base floor and can see more into it. If you need me to go between these levels, please let me know. I'm going to place your guys' characters. I can really quick.
I'm like, why are there things on it? I'm like, oh, she just grabbed the map, right?
Yeah. So some of those things are things that were added, but I tried to not add too much. I grabbed everybody.
Did you add tokens or did you just add the pictures? Because we can't.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't select it. Never mind.
The like numbering is still present on there. I couldn't find one of the lower level that didn't have the numbering, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I was trying to, and I'm gonna have to fix it. They're lowering the opacity. Put Casimir. Where's this icon? So sorry, let me go between the both of them to try to figure out Esmeralda's. Okay, there. You guys are there. Y'all, you're still on the upper temple part.
Yeah.
Upper temple because I like the view better on it. Yeah. If you guys want to change between for any purposes of cover or ducking behind corners, you're welcome to do so.
Okay.
And Gabrielle, is that in your turn, or do you want to do any movement?
Are you asking me that?
Yeah. Do you want to do any movement? Because you had
No.
you cast your spell. I just didn't know if you wanted to do anything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at the end I'm like, yeah, I don't think I want to move any closer at the moment. So I'm gonna say,
I was probably thinking of maps and I was like, do this.
yeah, that's fair. I've just been organizing my dice so I don't have 1,000 dice in one corner of my desk.
Fair mood. Aurora, is your turn. Yalia, you're on deck.
My mage armor from earlier, not.
Yeah, I forgot because I didn't realize how long it would take you guys to get to the temple. Also, like, you thought about casting it earlier. If you want to keep the mage armor and keep that as a spell, you're welcome to do so. It was kind of my fault.
As in, like, keep it active or recast.
Yeah, because I didn't really warn you guys before. I feel like that it was going to take longer to travel to the Amber Temple because I miscalculated on how long it would take that.
So you cast it before we entered.
Yeah.
Lovely. In that case. I'd like to move there.
Yeah.
And do I run away or do I? Hard decision.
Follow your heart.
Do you know what? I'm gonna cast Fire Shield. Thin and wispy flames wreathe your body for the duration, shedding bright light in a 10-foot radius. And I can choose a warm shield or a chill shield, so I'll do a chill shield.
Right. And I remember, it's like, it protects you against, like, melee attack. Sorry.
Yeah, and Gives me resistance to fire damage.
Except in this one, it's cold damage because it's chilled.
No, the
The
fire
heat
shield
shield
is
does cold.
Oh, I
Cold, so-
understand. Alrighty.
So I think I'll cast that. I've got to cast it at what level?
Alright. Oh, and that's a concentration spell, I believe, right?
Uh, don't think so. No, duration 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah. Oh, it's not concentration though.
No.
No.
Okay. Have that active then. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, I am good.
Alrighty. Holly, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to try and dispel it.
Alright.
Because I remember we have a
Within
Revivify
range.
scroll. So,
You
if
were
worst
then
comes
range.
to worst.
Range is 120 feet.
Okay, I just didn't know what the range was.
Thank you for that.
So roll a d20, add your spellcasting ability modifier.
We have the same modifier.
Maybe.
15?
Magic sphere continues to hold.
Ah,
I'm out of level 3s then.
This could be
No.
a
Out in general.
more powerful magic effect than you would think.
That's the first time that's ever happened to me. Right. Well. What was I doing? I was going to look at bonus actions. Oh, sorry.
I don't think it registered.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
it wasn't that low.
Okay. That's a level 3. Yeah, that's a level 3 spell. So that's a no. But. Oh, actually.
Anything else you're doing with your turn, Yalia?
I'm going to do nothing. Yeah.
No, she's
no.
not going to do anything
Oh, actually,
else.
there's movement I could
Oh.
do, isn't there? Wait, was Aurora
She
always
moved
there?
behind you.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say.
She's scared.
I mean, we'll give her +3 to saving throws. So, I don't want to move too far away. I thought that'd be mean.
I went there so I could run away if necessary.
Right.
You know.
I don't know which area is safest. I'm gonna move. Yeah, 7 feet.
7.
Mm.
10.
I just wanted to make sure that I was within 10 feet. So if anything happens, I'll still be able to be there. But yes, that's
You
it.
done?
That's it? Alright.
Mhm.
I just looked this one up.
Oh, sure.
Section. There it is. Boy. Okay, can it reach? That I'm looking at the right spell.
Sorry.
Well, that's me. It's me trying to see if I'm getting the right spell. Doozy,
That's me.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as a very familiar spell that you only just recently found out about targets you with a very sickly green little ray coming straight towards you.
19.
19.
Actually,
You succeed,
Yeah.
so you take half damage. As a finger of death attacks you yet again.
I'm not raging.
why?
Because I'm at the bottom of the initiative.
Oh, still enough. Like, what
Yeah,
was
he
it?
needs his turn first.
Why is he in so silly, messing about for no reason?
You take half damage. It's good. You take only 32 points of necrotic damage.
Only.
Oh, was that? Yeah, that's sad.
You were saved at least. That ends at Thing's turn. And after that, its turn, you hear coming from the arrow slits that you saw on the eastern side of the temple. You do not see anything yet, but you hear a laughter, hunting laughter echoed by multiple things. And then it dies off this round. And that, and then Genjuzia is your turn, then it's Casimir.
Okay. I'm going to warn everybody about the arrow slits that I see in the wall. And then I'm gonna go. You said there was a door up here, right?
Sorry, I'm looking. Where? There?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll switch you to the other. Oh.
Oh,
It's
it's
an
it's not
alcove
as
right.
far on this.
This is an alcove. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Same thing as Sarah right here. Do you see an opening in here? Say, this right here is a hallway, and this right here is a hallway.
Oh. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna go to here, and I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna see if I can see anything on the statue that might turn this thing off.
All right. Need you to make a perception check.
18?
Currently, you do
possessed.
not see anything that could
Nothing there.
possibly turn off whatever's going on. You don't really see anything right now, hazed over by the suddenness of the fight and the ambush that you seemingly walked into.
Okay. Would that have been my action? I'm assuming.
I'll let it be.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I
Wait.
don't think I'm gonna be able to attack anything anyway.
Yeah,
I
it
was
can be
just-
your action.
I was just
Yeah,
trying
you
to get
can't
the
really
sun
reach.
sword out and see if the sunlight did anything to the darkness.
I didn't hear anything about the sunlight. I'm sorry. That got really. I didn't hear Grace that well near the end of her turn.
No, the sun sword.
Oh, so you took out the sun sword?
Yeah, to see if
Does
that.
it do anything to magical darkness in the thing?
Uh,
I can go grab the sun sword. I have to go grab my DMG really quick.
it emits a bright light.
Probably does not.
The light is sunlight. While the blade persists, you can use an action to extend the light. So no.
I wasn't. It's really
Sun swords are like It's in the actual DMG, so give me a second.
I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to go behind it anyway.
Behind the statue?
Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
safe.
Don't remember where it is. If it's not written in there that it does anything to magical darkness, it probably doesn't. Your turn. Then it is Casimir's turn. Casimir is going to cast a spell. Can I find what spell I want to cast? Oh. I never got to cast the spell as a druid. I'm just gonna do.
Oh, he's a druid.
Oh, it was just a spell I had as a druid. A lot of people have Ice Storm. It is.
My hand's cold.
Huh?
I'm using my stomach to heat them up.
There's a blanket there.
Oh my gosh, I actually forgot. When I saw it, because the hoodie was on it. You're so smart.
Okay. I didn't even check if it has this F's.
Look like an old lady.
The resistances I was unaware of. I'm going to ignore the damage. I would have probably given it, so moving forward, I will remember to have the damage. So hey, please let me know what type of damage you guys are doing for level.
Or not doing.
He's going to cast Ice Storm.
I have nothing left.
Level. Wait. Yeah. Okay. So, deck save. Succeeds. 46. Cold damage. 5 is 4. 9 is 3. Oh. He does that. Seems that the statue takes some of the damage that hits the ground, and you see also as the ground becomes kind of like slippery for a moment, and that area that is, I'm gonna have to make a circle, aren't I? A shape. Angled it kind of in that area. Imagine that it includes the head. I just forgot to. This is why I was going to get the the like thingies.
Hmm.
Area on the ground there is difficult terrain.
Could you have moved?
Awesome. Going to over here and try to duck into this corner. Ends Casimir's turn. Vincenzo, is your turn. Esmeralda's on deck.
Okay.
And
For Thunderwave, did we Did we figure out if it was like 15s from me, so like I don't know, 7.5 one way, 7 the other way, or we just doing?
I don't know if we ever figured it out. I don't remember
Because
if
I know it's a
actually ever
15-foot
remembered to look it up.
cube, but
It's 15 feet.
I would assume you
Let's
can
just do
just
7.5.
because it doesn't say
Yeah.
that you're at the center of it, does
Ugh.
it? It just says originating from you, so you're at the start. You're at one edge of the cube, and you create
Yeah,
it in
that's
front of
true.
you.
right.
Make it. I was like, we figured it out. Yeah, it can just be like
Right. Well, I'm gonna move there.
the
Yeah.
player's handbook doesn't entirely explain it, so I'd say, like Chris is saying, like it should be, if it's just as long as it's originating from you,
Okay.
you should be able to do it and control where it goes.
I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna cast Thunderwave at level 4.
Do I have to roll for that?
I think Dex
So it's safe.
15.
Okay.
150.
No. Thunderwave. Oh no, Con 15.
And 15?
Mm-hmm.
That is a 7.
Hey,
What type of damage does this do?
this does thunder.
Hence the name.
Oh, you know, sometimes it does force damage.
Okay.
Which is probably closer to what thunder damage is
Yeah.
force damage.
Well, thunder is more like a sonic boom-esque thing.
No,
Yeah.
vibrate.
What?
I thought I felt a desk. I did, apparently.
It's 12 points of damage. Rolled horribly.
Was that 5d8?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
12 points of damage, and it's push 10 feet away from me if anything happens like that. Unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect automatically get pushed. So I guess any object. But
any unsecured object. The statue doesn't move.
okay.
The statue stays in place. It's a 40-foot statue.
I was just
Unless
reading.
you're a dragon.
And I will,
Yeah, it still takes the damage. It just does not. You do not see anything get moved or pushed out or anything.
does it shake maybe just to make me feel better?
I mean, Sure, you see some like dust that was settling on it kind of flush off.
Okay, I'll take it.
Statue's a very stable statue. I'm sorry. It's a foundational piece of the temple.
Glad you brought that out, because my next move was to try and push it over. I don't think that would work.
Would have been one hefty of a fucking strength check.
And I'll inspire Yalia.
That ends your turn.
I hope
Does
that
he-
wasn't
is he
for
not
dispel
sing- is he not
magic,
singing?
because I don't
Are you
have
not
dispel
doing it?
magic anymore.
Hilda is going to.
Use it for whatever.
Just I have nothing to use it for, but okay.
Do you not
I
have
mean,
any
it's
AoE?
a.
Do you not have any
No.
AoE things? Oh.
I mean, inspiration. I'm pretty sure you should be able to add it on. Like your inspiration, you can add to ability score checks, right?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
if you
And you
hit
can
by
add them
some-
to attacks as well. So, was when I'm pretty sure you can add ability score to attacks still as well, right?
I'm
for
looking at
inspiration.
it. Ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws.
It's fine.
So maybe another
It's along
fireball.
that idea.
Saving throw, you could add it to that. I don't know.
No, I mean like it would work for like a dispel magic situation.
Yeah, she doesn't have any.
Oh, I got
Yeah.
lost in that conversation.
I mean,
I'm gonna go back to looking at what Esmeralda was doing.
I just didn't want it to be like, hey, dispel magic, dispel magic, dispel magic until we finally, you know.
And that's a tactic. It just burns through spell slots.
Yeah.
Esmeralda's going to towards the statue as well. You are. I'm going to try to look with you. Ah! Better. Perception there. $24. Is the thing that I had the thing.
What?
Just trying to find the thing I was looking for. There it is. The right thing. It was just slightly off. Or Genduzi, you see as Esmeralda reaches down over by you and pulls open a trap door that was behind the statue and kind of motions you in. That's the end of her turn because she's used her action.
Interesting.
Oh, it's because my fucking book fell open. That's why. And Esmeralda's turn. Aubrey, is your turn. Or Oregon Jack.
So I've been looking at my spells for the entirety of Esmeralda's turn. Why did she just open up a trapdoor?
Open up the trapdoor because she went over to help Genduzi, who was looking for something at the base. Also, I didn't want to use any more of her spells. And so she did an investigation check or a perception check to see if she could find anything around the base of the statue and found it. Didn't notify anybody but Genduzi because I didn't think about that part.
But my question is the statue still attacking us?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Or I mean, like last turn it was. You don't know if it's gonna continue into this turn.
Okay.
She
I'm
hasn't
just like,
also
did she
notified
somehow take down the statue?
No, she did not take down the
Yeah,
statue.
okay.
Or she let you guys know anything yet. So currently you are unaware of anything.
Okay. I mean, if we're still beating up a statue, I'm just gonna beat up a statue then. How much is a hastened spell? 1 second. I swear, after reading this a dozen times, you'd expect me to have it memorized or something.
You know, I say the same thing every time I ask Grace to tell me what divine sense means, but I don't remember.
That's good.
I've asked Grace about divine sense probably about 20 times now, and yet here we are.
No,
To him.
plus, yeah.
It's
All right, so I'm going to let's see. What kind of spells do I have? If people are still hitting, I'm going to use a guiding bolt, and then as a bonus action, I'd like to use Eldritch Blast.
Do you need to see the creature to cast these spells?
Oh, is it still in darkness?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unfortunately. You can still hold your
some-
spells if you want to, or you can hold
for
your
some
action.
reason I thought the darkness went away. So
Oh, it's okay.
I guess since there's people over there, I'm not gonna fireball it. And I don't
Please
really
don't.
want to burn everything, so I guess I'll hold an
It's-
Eldritch Blast in case
It's
it pops.
40 feet high, so like you guys hitting the head of this statue is not going to affect anybody
Oh,
around
so
you.
I could throw my fireball at, like right above the statue,
Yeah,
and then only hit the statue.
This is the head of the statue, so you guys
Okay.
aren't hitting anybody by doing this.
Do I want to use
Otherwise,
another third
probably
level
wouldn't have worked,
spell?
but it's whatever.
Just whether or not I want to burn another third level spell to deal like 20 something damage. I think I'm just gonna hold an Eldritch Blast in case someone takes out the darkness.
Okay. Alright, do you want to move at all before you hold your action?
Um,
Won't be able to when you get your action triggered.
is Aurora and Yalia on the bottom floor or on the balcony
they're
still?
On the
top.
balcony.
Okay.
Just we're on the top floor. I can switch over.
It's really
Okay.
being so difficult.
I mean, I'll probably inch my way down to the top left
I was
pillar.
just about to do that.
Top left.
Just-
Alright.
Yeah, just poke my head behind the top left pillar.
This one.
Yeah. And then I think that's about all I want to do this turn. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And it's your turn. Yalia, it is your turn. No, it's Aurora's turn, then it's Yalia's turn.
Good, because I still don't know what I'm doing.
I would like to cast a 4th level fireball at the statue's head.
Alrighty.
So it needs to make a Dex
Oh,
16 save.
it's just me. Because
Oh,
Cover added what I needed because it's got a shit dex mod. +1. And 3/4 cover offers +5. It just barely makes it because I rolled a 10.
Hang on, what
What
dice
some
do
of
I
these
roll?
spells do.
10 to 6.
I don't know what some of these spells do.
Takes 22 points of damage.
22?
Is it already hard?
That's already halved. For your convenience.
Thank you.
I would not like to move that, so yeah, I'm done with my turn.
That ends your turn. Yali, it is your turn now. Getting up the spell, that's right.
well, I can't attack anything at the moment, so I shall hold a attack, and I'm on the wrong thing, and it'll be Eldritch Blast because that's all I can do from here. If
Are you holding it?
I can see, yeah. Because it would be at disadvantage, wouldn't it?
I think it won't like.
'Cause
The
it doesn't
spell's
say.
description says it has to be like something you can see. Then like,
It just says a creature within range.
if it says that, then yeah, it'd just be at disadvantage.
Should I just try? Just for the bounce.
I mean, you have two, so
Yeah.
can you cast one and hold the other, or is that not how
I
it
don't
works?
think so. Should I just try it?
Like, that makes sense, right? Like if the spell's description says you have to see a creature and you can't see anything because of magic
Yeah.
darkness, you can't cast, right? I'm just trying to make sure I'm operating on these rules right because I haven't.
Yeah, I would say that
Look.
because this is a to hit, like you roll to hit thing,
Yeah.
then she just casts with this disadvantage.
Yeah.
I would say.
14 for the first one.
14 misses.
Got inspiration.
Yeah, you have inspiration.
Forgot about that. Use it for the next one.
Use it on the second one.
Need it.
Is it worth
D8,
it?
right?
D8, yeah.
Yeah.
18 to hit?
Misses. Behind cover right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was like, what? That makes sense. I forgot the cover. bit.
Cover can really increase DC ACs, guys.
Oh, actually, he should have got sharpshooter or something. I don't know.
You can take in the
It's
future.
a specific situation.
Yeah, just for that.
Just for now.
Yeah.
Specifically for now. Well, I mean, like, there's probably gonna be other creatures in the future that will use cover.
Yeah.
Not just this one particular creature. Are you gonna move anywhere else, or are you gonna stay there?
I'm gonna move. Sorry, Aurora. I'm gonna move to that corner there. Actually, wait. That wouldn't hit me, would it?
What?
Like the arrow things.
That's a door. This is
Oh.
a doorway, isn't it?
Could I peek
The
through?
arrows,
Oh no, that would
the
be an
arrows
action.
are down
wouldn't it?
here.
That'd be
I
an
think.
action to
If
peek
you want
through,
to
wouldn't
peek
it?
through that doorway, that's fine.
I'd like to peek through the doorway, please. I need to roll. Shoot.
You see this when you peek through.
Hmm.
Was it
Right.
a
Sorry?
statue? What is
Let me
it?
get to.
Can I tell what that is?
Alright, let me get to the number of which room this is so I can read the description for it.
Spiral staircase?
This room is featureless except for a rough edged 10-foot diameter circular hole in the floor to the east and empty torch sconces along the wall. Double doors of amber stand open to the north, and then you're at the ones in the west. A single closed door lies just south of the western set of double doors.
Right. I'll just stay here.
In half cover.
Yeah. See how they like it. What? That's the end of my turn.
Alright. Now, Statue's turn. Action. Going to go cast. See as lightning begins to emanate from the circular darkness and pierces down towards you, Vincenzo, and also seemingly at the same time arcs off of you and hits Aubrey at the same time. So I need you both to make dexterity saving throw.
This is where I die. Did you say dex save?
Dex, yeah. That's
I'm
called.
good at them.
I was reading it wrong. I'm very confused.
All depends on what my dice wants to do.
Comparatively. What'd you
I
get?
mean, I'm pretty sure I made it. 26.
You make it. What
How?
do you get, Aubrey?
Wait, what?
It's a dex save, right?
Dex, yeah, it's dex save.
I have plus
You
5.
rolled a 20. You rolled a 21.
What? I said,
You said you 26.
sorry, 24.
Oh, you're good.
Wow.
It's 20 and above, you're good. Aubrey, what's your deck save?
14.
16. Okay, so you fail. You succeed, Vincenzo. So, okay, that's eights, not these heads. Very important distinguishing factor.
I was fingered to death. I was fingered to death. Twice.
Okay, so Aubrey failed the saving throw. You take 51 points of lightning damage
She has
as
lots of
an
hit points.
arc of chained lightning comes across from
That would've killed
Vincenzo's form and hits
That would have
you.
killed me.
Vincenzo,
No,
you
The halved?
yeah, it's half for you.
So 25.
Take 25.
Yowza.
This is some.
It's one of its big boys.
The first time I get hit and it actually hurt.
I was like, everyone else moved. And the other two are behind cover, so I feel like the mechanics wouldn't work as well, so I didn't do it. And that ends its turn. You also begin to hear as the laughter grows very loud along the arrow slits here. And you see as behind, you can't see too much behind it, but you see skull-like faces that are on fire behind it. And I have to go and look at their spells again.
Spells.
Because
Guys, we're gonna die.
magic missiles.
You might. I've just found out the A patch. This is like Dead by Daylight.
Magic missiles. It's
Esmeralda had a
thrown
king.
at y'all. Each one does a first level magic missile. How far is magic? Big range. It's like 120, isn't it?
So,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
120.
Okay. Okay. So these are against Aurora, Yalia, and Casimir.
I have cover.
It's a magic missile.
I have cover.
Automatically.
I'm sorry.
hits.
I'm sorry. All these things do is AoEs and magic missile.
Can I be like, hey, over here, hit me instead, so I don't lose my rage?
Oh, you kind of took yourself out of line of sight from them. Not on me.
Oh well.
Three d4 plus 1.
All ones, all ones, all ones, all ones, all ones.
Twelve points of force damage against Aurora.
Those were annoyingly good rolls. Sounds of
D4's liking, except that roll that sucked. It's a force damage against you, Yalia, and then Casimir takes
how much? You cut
14.
out before you said the amount.
14 points.
Okay, I get
What was that?
Great beat, great. Nothing. I love
Casimir takes 20, so.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Then. But I took the most.
So just
Is he alive?
That's
in
the
my
first
line
he's
of
been hit,
sight.
right?
That's the first time he's been hit. He is at half health though.
Yeah.
Because he's got 40 hit points. And his turn. Genduzi, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna jump down into this trapdoor.
So where?
Through the trapdoor thing?
Okay. It's just like a trapdoor on the side.
Oh, okay.
The staircase going up.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm gonna go into the. What? No, I'm gonna go into the trapdoor. I know.
You go up. Your full 40 feet is as much as you can use, as well as much as you need to get the top.
Okay. Lucky.
You cannot see anything when you get into the top because it is still
Even
dark.
with my sword.
Yes, it is still a magical darkness.
Okay.
You can make attacks at disadvantage if you would like.
Yeah, I'm gonna recklessly attack.
Right. Roll for me some straight attacks.
And I've still got my rage, haven't I? Because I've got this turn to do the damage.
Okay.
Oh. 27 to hit.
Hits. I was gonna hit with if it had cover.
It's a D10.
Would that also mean he'd get sneak attack because the person can't see him? It's total
No
darkness.
sneak attack.
Okay, I was just wondering. I thought that would
I
be
get the
pretty cool.
feeling that whatever's in this darkness can see through the darkness.
Oh, okay.
Considering it attacked you guys.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That
Oh.
is 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage.
Yeah. And I'm gonna shout, be careful, I'm in the darkness now too.
When you go again.
Any other attacks? You still have another attack, don't you?
Oh shit, I do, yeah.
Yeah. Is that another reckless one?
Reckless. How does reckless work? Is it just all
Reckless
of
just
my
cancels
attacks?
out the disadvantage.
Yeah, but is it
Unlimited.
all of my attacks are reckless for
You
this
have to
turn?
announce the
First
recklessness
Oh.
for each attack.
The first attack on your turn.
Yeah. Every attack you have to announce whether you want to make it
Until
reckless
next
or
time.
not because you're instilling the advantage. Obviously, if you've already made something reckless at the first part, it makes no sense not to make it reckless later, but
That one. What? Oh shit! It was just
Straight one.
11, wasn't it? Yeah. So
21.
21.
21 points of damage?
No, 21 to hit.
Oh, hits.
That is 17 damage.
17 damage? Alright.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be funny if it's dead?
You
And that's the end of my
climb
turn.
the staircase to try to find the source of this magic. And instead of some kind of mechanism or something that you're hitting, you feel a soft give to whatever you're hitting. And you hear a squeak sound for a moment as some kind of creature you are hitting is the source of this.
This
Ends
is
your
like
turn.
novel.
I mean, yeah, I used all my movement to get here. I don't have any bonus actions.
That ends.
Yeah, that's it.
Casimir some damage really quick. Sorry. If Casimir can't do too much damage, the next round might be the last one, and we will have to pick it up again later.
Okay.
Because I have to get my dad to move this desk.
Oh,
So
Alright, yeah.
I will be. I have purchased a longer Ethernet cable, so that might not be needed in the future. Okay, well, is going to cast Magical Missile. The- 4, 5, 6, 7. 74.
Wow.
7. 4, 8. 2. 7. Force damage. 2. One of them at least. With his bonus action. Misty Step a bonus action.
it's Misty.
Misty Step is in fact a bonus action.
Must be first level or lower.
It's a second level spell.
Oh! Rest in pieces, Casimir. He is going to where is that? He's going to try to maneuver himself further behind this statue. That ends his turn. Yeah, so this one's gonna be. So Vincenzo, it's your turn, and it's Esmeralda's, then it's Aubrey's, and Aurora's after that.
Are we doing it now?
Yeah, this round's gonna be the last round. Luckily circumstances working in my favor, but also because I need to go. So just let's do combat quick in this one. What are you guys doing? Vincenzo, it's your turn. Have creatures in the arrow slits above you that are firing down. You hear that. You hear above you that Genjuzi is in the darkness.
Just a quick question. Does dispel magic doesn't like dispel like magical weapons, right?
No.
Okay.
It shouldn't.
Okay. I just didn't want to dispel magic up there and your sun sword goes out.
No, and if it did, it would only be temporary.
I'm gonna try dispel magic in the darkness again.
Right. Roll your ability check. It's your spellcasting modifier.
Maybe. That is an 18.
You see as the magical darkness breaks.
Hey.
You see Genduzi standing above the censer now, illuminating out across this faceless statue head, carved it open, as you can see in the eyes, in these large eyes sockets that have been carved into it. You see a fox-like creature within it as Genduzi stands there. Genduzi, you see a much full look at it. It looks kind of like a jackal or like a fox. It wears like a pair of gold spectacles there and wears a robe.
Or a little
Well,
fox.
Oh, slightly different though. Similar fiend. And that ends your turn.
Yes.
Alright. Esmeralda's turn is now up. Is going to
Am I gonna still throw my Eldritch Blast at it since the darkness went away?
yeah, because you were holding it before, weren't you? Before
Yeah.
this turn happens. So yes. You can cast your Eldritch Blast. Can get rid of this.
Awesome. Let me just roll for it then.
It's
Oh, that's because I put it in the background. I'm sorry.
Oh.
No, I made it a token.
That's a 14 and 19.
14 misses and 19 succeeds.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't
Oh,
using your wand, right? And it ignores
Yes.
3/4
Like
cover.
you
So
can-
yes,
Yeah.
it
First defender.
That is a whopping 13 damage.
can't type. It's what type of damage? Force damage?
Yeah.
So did it not get pushed back on the Thunderwave because it's
No,
like
because it's
inside
in the skull.
Okay.
Again with the stupid skulls.
In the skull. The statue. It's not on top.
Yeah.
I can't put you guys inside the skull. I'm sorry.
I was just making sure that that was the
I
reason.
was planning on
Yes.
using that. I didn't think it. Oh,
To me, nothing would have made me happier than to have thrown it off of the. And then I need to look at what lightning bolt does. I'm gonna have to get my mom to help me move this. I was gonna look at lightning bolt. I always forget how many dice it counts. I think it's 8d6.
Yeah, it's the same as Fireball, but instead of a circle, it's a line.
Yeah. A line. 8. And 2. Walk over here. I'm going to cast a line of lightning bolts at one of the ones that's already in the window. Not the one that's already been damaged, though. So the one that... This one's already been damaged. This second one is not. The first one on top is not either. Bolts. points of damage. Should... These spells are still up. However, 2 of them are looking damaged. Esmeralda's turn. Aubrey, is your turn. Aurora is on deck.
I mean, I'm just gonna repeat. Since the shadow or the magical darkness is gone, I'm
Alrighty.
going to just light that thing up.
Wait. Okay, I'm sorry. Getting over.
It going to die, even though it's a statue.
Statue die.
You go die.
Go die now. Welcome to
Um,
death. Come on. Knocked over my checks next. I'm sorry.
oh wait, I leveled up. My spellcasting modifier is a +9 now. Or my spell attack modifier is a +9. Awesome.
Alright.
I'm gonna say pink is guiding bolt, and then the other 2 are for Eldritch.
You twin spell or what? Quicken action.
Yeah,
This is a
quicken.
bonus action.
Yeah.
That's not
All right. So I said pink was guiding bolt, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that's a whopping 22. The lowest is a 17 for the Eldritch
17.
Blast. Both hits? Okay. Alright, time to roll some damage. Jeez.
Guiding bolts radiant.
Yeah, Guiding Bolt's Radiant, and then Eldritch's Force.
Guys, I'm so happy the music's behaved as long as it has tonight.
Don't jinx it, Nicole.
We're almost done with the
Yeah,
session,
Nicole.
Grace.
Eldritch Blast does a whopping 12 damage, and then the Radiant is, let me do math real quick, 8, 11, 21.
Yeah, it's. How do you want to do it?
So I'm just attacking this little, like, fox guy in the eyes, right?
Oh,
That was, or what? Like, is it just me attacking the statue, right?
yeah, kind of.
Okay, then I don't know how to do this. Should I go Eldritch Blast or should I go Guiding Bolt? Because one of these is a bit like, one is just light coming down and just like destroying the tower or the statue, and then the other one's just like throwing.
It's still okay. It's the creature in the statue.
Okay, thank you.
Basically, snipe shotting it.
Shopping.
Okay, shopping.
Shopping.
Switch.
Then I'll go with Eldritch Blast. Just like in the Star Wars episode 5, 4, 6, whatever episode it is, and he just shoots the proton torpedo into the Death Star. Just like that perfect little, like, it
Yeah.
almost curves at
You
the
just
end.
like, yeah, you shoot it and it curves slightly. And Genduzi, you get the better view of this than everyone else. Where you just hear like, he dies, and then you see as the force from the Eldritch Blast and the Guiding Bolt like together, kind of like throw it against the wall of the skull, like almost like if you get a really bad headache. You just gave the statue a headache. I did that. Anyway, it's dead. However, there are still creatures that are attacking you guys.
Goats.
Out of initiative. And that's the end of your turn, Aubrey.
Yep.
Roar, what are you doing? You still have 3 targets that you can see within the windows here left, 2 of which have been damaged. One in the middle the most.
I would like to cast Fireball
Fireball?
outside the window. Yeah,
Right.
at level 4.
I'm I'm gonna just not stop you from rolling damage.
They're all
These
dead.
creatures are immune to fire. You throw the
Oh.
fireball at them, and you see as the fire goes and licks up the windows, and any reasonable creature would take damage from it. However, these creatures start laughing, go, and then you see their red, glowing eyes peering out from behind the statue, as almost they are perfectly fine.
I angrily slink back into the shadows
Right.
after I do that.
Gotcha. Yale, what are you gonna do?
Well, all I can do at the moment is do a couple Eldritch Blasts as long as they hit. I
Roll
don't
for
know
attacks.
how well they're gonna do, but
They're behind 3/4 cover still.
wait, they are?
They're behind 3/4 cover, so they just have a bonus
Yeah.
to their AC.
Would I
Because
be able
they're
to
in like little
move?
arrow shooting slits.
Oh,
Oh, right.
They're like in the wall.
oh. He
I'll
skulls right
move
next to
down.
Flump, which is a very interesting looking creature with the
Good find.
Dungeons and Dragons.
They're up high as well, won't they?
What?
Are they up high? Like they're on the same level as the balcony.
Yeah, they're on the same level as the balcony.
Oh,
So
So
if you
move
were to go
across?
down there, they would still have
Yeah.
cover. Yeah.
So they'd have cover no
Can
matter
she
where
go
I
anywhere
moved.
where they wouldn't have cover?
As much cover, even.
As much cover.
And yeah, if you move to the bottom of the stairs, you'd be able to get sight cover.
So you,
Partial, you'd have like half cover probably if you move behind the
So you can
band.
do
To
that.
the...
Cool, I'll do that. Oh. No, that's not cool. First one is.
Which one are you
That's not
targeting
cool.
with what?
Oh, right. Which one's the most damage? Might as well get rid of that.
The
The
middle
middle
one?
one's the most damaged. This one's also been damaged.
I'll go for the damaged one.
This one?
Okay.
Yeah, I've got two.
Oh, so you're going
So-
for one for that and one for that.
Yeah.
So one for the
What you
middle one
rolling?
and one for the bottom one.
I rolled a 16 and a 25.
25 hits, 16 misses.
Yeah.
Which one was which?
What?
Which one was which?
I'll just go.
So
1,
25
2.
is that one.
Yeah. 3 points of damage.
Much?
3.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was against the middle one.
The bottom
The
one.
bottom one.
Unless you want it to be the middle one.
I want them dead. And your turn. The Arcana is dead, so. Oh. The Flame Skulls.
Great. Maybe they'll take pay on me and my 3
They're
points of
going
damage.
to cast Magic Missile. Level 2. One against each. The people it wants to. Esmeralda, Aubrey, and Vincenzo this time.
That's right.
And is it just one missile at me?
It's it's getting cast at level 2. So there's 3 of them and they're all casting Magic Missile.
Oh, I'm gonna say no and cast shield.
Alrighty. Shoot, but
First
Magic
time getting
Missile,
hurt, first time casting shield.
Magic Missile
Today is-
automatically hits though.
Yes, but shield blocks magic missile.
Oh, I didn't know that. There you go then. So you watch as the magic missiles reflect off of your shield. So the one against Esmeralda. 8. Ah. Oh, my music died too. I tried to play it. 12 against you as well, Vincenzo.
What was that?
12 force damage against you.
Oh. Oh, I guess it's too late now.
But
I was gonna. What was the? Oh, never mind. They just hit. Never mind. What was the damage?
12 force
Okay.
damage.
Ooh. Getting low.
That ends the Flame Skull Twin. Ganduzi, is your turn, then it's customers.
I'm assuming that from where I am, they have 3/4 cover.
Yeah, they have 3/4 cover for everybody.
Okay.
Takes you 40 feet to go down the statue.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking dash and then
Yeah.
use my movement, but no, I'm just gonna throw one of the javelins that I have,
+8, not bad.
Roll for an hit.
and I'm gonna go for the middle one.
Can you reckless that or no?
No, it's melee attacks for reckless.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Ooh.
Oh, it's not a D10. What is it?
I'm usually stopping and
D6.
starting it again when you get it. Technology doesn't like it.
Oh, nice. That is a 12 damage.
Damage. That one is dead.
Yay.
And then I'm gonna take. Hang on, let me check how many
Wait,
javelins
was
I
the
have.
piercing? Was the javelin's not magical, right?
No.
Okay, never mind. It's alive.
I'm gonna take my second javelin and throw it at the same skull.
Go ahead.
That probably doesn't hit. That's a 11. No.
That does
yes,
not hit.
11.
That doesn't hit the regular AC.
No. And then I'm gonna make my way. Yeah, I'm gonna make my way back down, and
This is not a boss fight, but I want music. Combat music wants to hate my life right
I'm gonna make my way back down and dash to there. Yeah.
Go ahead. Next is Casimir. Casimir is going to cast likely magical so. So we're at level. Yeah, I was gonna cast it at 4th level. Going to and I'm gonna move the bolts against the one in the middle. And 3 against the one at the end. In the middle dies.
Yay.
Stop.
7. The one at the end is barely holding together. And now I have Smeraldus on deck.
Vincenzo, your turn.
What you doing?
Oh, alright.
Okay.
Shield touch the one that looks really hurt.
Touches necrotic damage, right?
Yes. What does that
Go
mean?
ahead. Roll hit.
That That
Even though
is.
the time damage, they have different immunities and resistances.
That is, I think, a 22 to hit.
I hit
Yes, 22 to hit.
You're doing the one at the end, right?
Yeah. And that
Okay, if it
is.
hits, it's dead. 1 point.
That is
Already
15 points of damage.
Killed it, and now
You're
the
on a
only one
roll.
remaining is the one up top. And that's gonna go to Esmeralda's turn, which she is also going to cast Magic Missile. At second level. Four.
What happened?
I don't like long nails, so I bit them down.
Have nail cutter.
I don't like cutting nails.
Ends Esmeralda's turn.
No. What a bite
Aubrey,
them.
is your turn. Aurora's on deck.
Wait, I thought we were ending with that last round.
Yeah, but now we're almost done.
Fine.
I mean,
I didn't know if you guys were gonna kill him or not.
So it's just the one guy left, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if an Eldritch Blast will do it.
Roll the hit.
I wish my camera was good enough to show you guys this, but that's 2 nat 20s.
Well, there you go. It's probably dead. Probably. Roll for damage. If you get above a 26, it's dead. It does not have a resistance to force damage.
so much hit points they have. Wow. More than I was expecting.
I had other things. I was gonna do one thing in the last round that was probably not gonna be fun for you guys.
Yeah, that's like a
Got
40
that.
something.
Yeah, it's dead. Alright.
Okay.
It's due to
Night,
die.
guys.
Congratulations. And that is where we will pick up at next week at the end of this combat. Sorry, it ran kind of long.
So that I don't forget next week, I run
Sorry.
over and collect 1 2 javelins that I threw.
Right?
Don't forget your javelins.
Part of your
Healing.
javelins
I
are
can heal you.
upstairs in
Oh,
this
shit.
area because they
One
were
of
in
them is-
an area and you had to throw it at them to hit them.
Oh, one of them missed. so
Collect the
does that
missed
mean
one.
it- Okay, cool.
However, the ones that hit, one of them is in the other room, you presume.
Okay.
That's where we pick up. See, I was going to end it in a different way because if you guys didn't do anything, it had gotten to a certain point, it was going to flee.
Who's gonna
Oh,
It's going to
flee?
flee.
Oh.
Yeah. If it gets to a certain damage point, it flees. However, it got to that certain damage point after its turn had ended, so it couldn't flee, and then after that, it just got executed. So
What was it?
Judge, jury, and executioner.
y'all can figure that out next time.
Oh,
You can investigate it later. Yeah, I will talk to you guys later. I really need to go and grab my dad to help me move things before he's asleep because I hear him still awake because my sister came to pick up Packer.
Oh,
So I'll talk to you guys later.
Alrighty.
Let me know if you
Okay.
need anything else.
Bye.
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 Hey,
bed too.
Yeah, we're going as well.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
I'm also gonna head. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Hey, by myself. Alright. Well, that'll be the end of the stream. So I hope you all enjoyed. We'll probably be back next Saturday for more D&D. So if you appreciate that.
Wait, the monkey, I'm gonna run out of sweat.
Alright. Anyways, playing more D&D next Saturday, probably playing games during the week, so if you want to come by and watch that, we appreciate it. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. See you guys next time on the Beer Monkey, and I got a banana split. Bye. 50 bits? What the heck?